Parker needs the meeting ID. Let's see if we can get him in after we get started.
I can't hear you, Alex, if you're saying anything.
Okay. We should be live. Okay. Alex, mic check for Alex. Can you hear us?
Nope.
I might have to take your earbuds out. Once you start, unplug your earbuds. Once you start with the call, I don't think it'll let you change your audio input mid call.
Gotcha. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, let me try to get this the meeting ID stuff on here. Hang on. It's asking Parker for the meeting ID. It's asking Tim for the meeting ID. Copy. Paste. I don't think that worked. Paste as plain text. No. Working currently. Tall Paul Hutchins, what up? Parker, I'm trying, brother. Drew, what up? I need some help with this. I'm not very good at this. What the heck? I might have to use my phone here, guys. Hang on. Hang tight real quick. Invite. Let's try it a different way. Send that to Tim via text. Hopefully this is going to work. What up, Bryce? What up, Tony? Dave, help me out here, man. Dave, I sent you the link also. Hopefully this works. Seems a pain in the butt. All right, there's Parker. And what up? There he is. Big dog.
Yeah.
The surfer, the mysterious surfer.
Dude, you're looking fresh as hell, man. Don't worry about it.
Fresh. Okay.
Looking clean, man, clean.
I think I sent it to via text to Tim. Hopefully he's able to jump on here.
Literally all I had to do was just get the app and then click the link you sent, and it let me right in.
Yep. I never remember the meeting ID or anything. I have no idea what any of that is. There's Tim. Tim's coming now. Gotta get Dave Shell in here. Where's he at?
What's up?
What up? All right, I sent it. All right, I sent it to Dave already. So hopefully he's
I'm
able
tired.
to get in there.
Look comfortable.
Rest up, brother. Rest up. Okay. All right, guys, go ahead and go to the YouTube channel and share the podcast, the YouTube video to your social media. Yes, Dawg. Okay, I shared it to mine. Just gonna do whatever you want. Okay. What up, Lawrence? All right, cool. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started, guys. Welcome to the East Ohio Arm Wrestling Podcast. Dave Shell's in the house. There he goes. Awesome. Welcome to East Ohio Arm Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Collins. And with us today, we got the man, Kevin Palco. Yes, sir. We got Tim Lewis on the call. We got Mr. Parker Wise on the call. Mr. Alex Bean. And we got Dave Shell coming in also. He should be coming in momentarily. If anybody'd like to join the call, just let me know. I'll try to send you the link via messenger or text or something. But what we're going to do is we're going to discuss Dogfight 7 today on this podcast. First off, I kind of want to thank Mr. Kevin Palco for allowing us to collaborate on one of his dogfight events. You know, we appreciate his willingness to work with East Ohio Arm Wrestling and allow us to host one of the dog fights. So we give him a round of applause, guys. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's a win-win
Yeah, for real.
opportunity. So it gets us out of the Cleveland market and it expands us into further places. So more than willing to do it.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you so much. So Kev, kind of give us a roundabout how everything's going in the Kevin Palco Arm Wrestling YouTube world.
Well, it's going all right.
Oh, it's going crazy. 33,000 I saw.
Yeah, it's going up.
Jeez.
So definitely can't complain. I'm just going to keep putting out content and see if it goes somewhere. And I mean, whether it goes somewhere or not, I'm having fun doing it. So it's just going to be a benefit.
So how many views are attributed to the mustache?
Oh, probably like 90% at least.
I'm gonna have to shave this beard off and just keep my mustache then.
It's a secret, Billy. If you see your subs starting to go up afterwards, you know what?
Give me a couple more subs.
Mm-hmm.
I know he has data on that.
It's got its own pie chart.
That's hilarious. Where is Dave at? There's Dave. Dave, your mic's off. Welcome, brother.
Oh, hey, I just figured I'd keep it off until I have something useful to say. And since that might be a while, whatever, but
No.
glad to be here.
No, I appreciate you coming on. Thanks for the invite to the 98 podcast the other night. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
thank
it
you.
was kind of
Thank
it
you
was
for
kind of
saying
Ryan's kind of nudging that, helped me kind of talk to the high five guys. So that was pretty cool of him. Kind of give
Yeah, I
us
mean, hopefully the logistics can work out on that, because I know a lot of Ohio guys want an opportunity, to qualify for the Arnolds and have something that's, relatively close for them. So,
Yeah, I
so
just
the
got,
thing is
no,
so if
just got the
if it ends up
document.
working out, we would be the only event in Ohio, that would be able to, or in our area, that would be able to be the qualifier.
yeah,
for
see, I was wondering
Arnold.
about that. Like, are they going to prevent, say, hypothetically, say you commit to them? Are they going to prevent somebody from dropping 150 miles away a week later or something like that?
Correct.
Limit. So there's going to be geographical limitations on the
exclusivity. Yeah, we'll say that exclusivity. Yeah.
Okay.
I got to talk to the guys.
I like that.
Got to talk to the guys, make sure everybody's okay with it, and if we can find some sponsorship money to take care of it, then hopefully it works out.
Yeah,
I just don't want to drain the entire, club fund just to be a qualifier for 1 year.
Yeah, we questioned that several questions, and Chris Florendo has been very prompt at getting back and very thorough at getting back to us.
Oh yeah, Chris is very good. I like him.
Yeah, and basically it's one state you have a exclusivity for the state, and I said, of course, that one of our questions over here is we are generally speaking Eastern Pennsylvania, although we spread out, but we're obviously based.
Well, yeah, and I mean states like Texas, for example, or California, that would be absolutely ridiculous because Los Angeles to the northern tip of California is like 800 miles.
No, but Tim, I was looking at the other way, and that if you have, for example, exclusivity for the state of Texas, you obviously don't have to worry that somebody's going to be having it right next door to you. On the other hand, we have, from Philadelphia, we have got 5 states within, a 3-hour radius. And so apparently, no, they're going to, of course, they'll be handling New Jersey. He said he did, and I probably shouldn't give names, but he did tell us who they were talking about in New York. And so no,
well, Dave, and I mean, if they handle New Jersey, certainly, Philadelphia, New York, Connecticut, most of those guys are not going to have a problem with that.
And the people they're talking about in New York State, not to mention any names, are not people that are going to give us difficulty either. So you can read anything into that remark that you'd like, but should be that should be fine as well. Actually, I got the agreement today to sign, and of course they wanted to know our legal name for 98, our legal name, our a legal address, and our title, my title as far as signing. It's like, oh, okay, title. Let's see, what's my title? So officially, you're talking to the executive secretary of of the 98. But
that's right, baby.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to do, let's give Grip Arm Sport a big shout out. Without Grip Arm Sport, we wouldn't be having this podcast. So we thank them so much for all their continued support for the East Ohio Arm Wrestling podcast and the arm wrestling community in general in our area. Grip Arm Sport has been a huge factor into the success of arm wrestling in our community, in our region.
And I see a lot of people wearing these shirts as well.
Oh yeah, they're good quality stuff.
Like all over the place. People are buying them. So thank you.
Yep. I talked to Mr. Adam DeFrank, the owner of Grip Arm Sport today. He's going to be launching the new website here very soon. So as soon as that is live, we'll make sure.
Did he talk about potentially like any new merchandise by any chance?
He didn't mention anything to me specifically on the merchandise at all. Just he was just mentioning that he's working on the website and he'll get it live here very soon. It's
Okay.
like within days, maybe a week or something like that.
Definitely new merchandise in the works.
There you go. There you go. Good. So if anybody hasn't already liked and subscribed to the Grip Arm Sport page, make sure you go to your social media. They're on the big three. Make sure you go on there and give them a like and a follow. We definitely want to support those who support us. Matt Speakman's in here. What up, Matt? Jump in, man. Drew, if you can hear me, man, let me know what I got to do to put the link up to the top of the screen for the chat. So if anybody wants to join the chat, they can. I can't remember how to do it. Paste.
You could do that, or you could just post it into discussion periodically.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I got the link in there correct now, but I want to pin it to the top. And I can't remember how to do that. Oh, I got to wait until somebody comments because those stupid that heart thing is in the way. The emoji thing. I think. Yeah. 3 dots on the right. Yeah, there we go. I was waiting for it. Pin message. There we go.
Yeah, that's a Grondin question. He always does that. He's our executive director.
Yeah, there you go. Robbie's coming on. What up? What's up, Robbie?
What's happening?
Cool. So let's get started on the podcast. We got Dog Fight 7 coming up this weekend, this upcoming Saturday, June 22nd. Everybody on the call right now, minus Robbie, has a match. So any general comments about the event, before we get started on like any ideas on who's going to win what match, so any predictions. So any general, we'll talk about any of the general discussion about the event. If you guys have any questions, anything about the event, we'll go ahead and go through all that first.
I'm just looking forward to seeing the venue.
Yeah, excited.
I think it's going to be just absolutely on fire. Like, there's going to be people there that are just going to be chilling, eating wings, drinking beer, and they're going to be like,
yeah,
well, there's arm wrestling going on right now. This is amazing, and it's going to be fire.
Yeah, I think the bar aspect bring a whole new energy to the event. And I also personally think this is going to be the largest dog fights to date. So that's just kind of my thoughts on there.
Oh, so yeah, this venue, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but would this be kind of a bar like the Tequila Cowboy in Pittsburgh? Like, for those of you familiar with that?
No, I don't know.
So it is
like a country bar, like Mechanical.
It's more of a restaurant than a bar, in my opinion.
Okay, right. Okay.
Right.
Well, I do know it's club it, so
they definitely do have a bar.
Okay.
Yeah, kid friendly. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And we'll be on the back patio. I'm kind of hoping that the heat kind of dissipates for Saturday, because man, this week is going to be hot one.
It's brutal this week. Yeah.
Bring the heat, baby. Bring the heat. Let's go.
I heard, or I vaguely saw 2 days ago. It was maybe, I thought it said 79 for Saturday, but I could be wrong. If it's any bit, if it starts with a 7, I'm happy. If it starts with a 9, oh man, that's gonna suck. I'm gonna be sweating my nuts off up there reffing.
Well, you said they have a stage in case the weather's inacclimate, didn't you?
Yeah, if it starts raining or something like that, yeah, there's a stage inside.
So the plans are for it to be outside then?
What's that?
The plans are for it to be outside.
Yeah, the plans are for it to be on the patio. Yeah, that's where the most room is. If we go inside, there's room, but I think it'll be a little bit more crammed inside for everybody to be in front of the stage watching.
Outside events are always my favorite as long as weather is permitting. So
Correct. Yes. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it's nice, if it's not raining, we should be fine either way. I do believe they got some big, huge fans out there also and stuff. So, and there's a bar outside also. So they got the bar outside right next to all the patio, and then there's a gazebo kind of thing where we'll have the stage.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be really fun. Should be really fun. Kevin, can you bring your dog fights banner?
Yeah, I'll bring it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely bring that. I'll bring this. I'm gonna just bring our small East Ohio Arm Wrestling banner, and then I'll bring the grip flag that I got also.
Sweet.
Yeah, we got Parker's opponent joining the call. Mr. Matt Speakman's calling, joining in. Ah, there he is. What up, big dog?
We had a small outdoor event yesterday in eastern Pennsylvania and could not have asked for anything better. It was, dew point in the very low 50s, beautiful 0% chance of rain, winds 10 knots, and 70 some degrees. It was just
I saw they already posted the results.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was small, but it was a lot of fun.
Good. Glad you guys had a good time. Matt, can you hear us? Maybe not. So we're at Saddle Ridge this upcoming Saturday. Let me confirm for everybody the address, so that way nobody is mistaken.
Rich Calero wanted me to remind everybody 4 p.m. it starts.
Yes.
I know it's different than some other events that we've held in the past. So 4 p.m.
Yep. So this one's 4 p.m. June 22nd, 2024. The address is 2097 Lincoln Highway, Chester, West Virginia, 26034. Lincoln Highway is also better known
Route
as
30.
US Route 30. Yep. So if you're coming Route 30 from Pennsylvania, it's right inside the border, maybe like 2 miles.
It's only
right
about
on the top of the hill.
25 minutes from the Pittsburgh International Airport.
Yep. Easy to get to, right off most highways, right in. Yeah. It should be plenty of parking there, should be a very good place to
It's
host
like
it.
on the waterfront river, right, too? Like,
No. It's not on the river. No.
Okay.
No, the river's probably I want to say maybe 5 miles away.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit further than I thought.
So it's a little bit farther away from the river. Yeah. That would be sick though.
That'd be really awesome.
That'd be awesome if they was on the river.
Yeah.
So does anybody got any questions or comments or anything about the venue or time, place, anything like that?
Yeah, I'd like to raise one question that possibly I don't know if folks in the discussion or the folks that are on can help answer. I had told Billy, of course, Billy had asked about bring the table so we have enough for the after pull. And as I've told people, when I get a car, I have 3 requirements: air conditioning, cruise control, and the table has to fit in the trunk. But I can bring the table either as stand up both stand up and sit down. I have uprights, but I would have to throw the sit down benches in the back seat if there's any interest whatsoever. I know you had a sit down tournament in Ohio fairly recently, and I don't know if there's any interest in that at all. If not, I'll just bring the table in its usual format. But if anybody would like,
definitely bring those. The reason why I say that, because if people bring their kids, they can use that table, set it up, and then the kids could possibly use that table to arm wrestle on.
Yeah, we could do that too. And like I say, it's just a matter of switching the uprights. I have both sets, and so but fine. I'll bring it in that format if anybody wants to try it, or for the kids. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Cool. Matt, can you hear us this time?
Yeah,
Maybe
now I can.
you can hear us. All right, good. Awesome. So you and Parker keep going in and out on the video.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn how to use this stuff.
That's all right. That's all right. You'll do fine. As soon as we get Parker back, you guys can start talking smack to each other. But so anyway, so we went over the time and place. Kevin, we, like I said earlier, we appreciate you putting your faith in East Ohio Arm Wrestling and collabing with us on your event. So we really do appreciate it. Thank you. So, all right. So let's just Parker and Matt, you guys are going at it left hand, man. What do you guys think? How do you guys think this match is going to go? We'll hear it from you guys first, and then we'll go to the panel and see what everybody else thinks.
I think the newbie's going to show up and take a 3-1 or 3-2 victory, personally.
Who are you calling the newbie? Oh,
That would be myself.
Oh, well, yeah, Matt, you don't have a whole heck of a lot longer than Parker in the sport, right? You're what, year 2.5 ish, 3?
I think I'm at my 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Heck yeah. So you and me we're pretty much right around the same amount of time in the sport.
Yeah.
So Parker's thinking he's going to take it. What do you got to say about that?
Hey, everyone can hope and dream.
Hey, I did want to say thank you so much for taking the match on such short notice. And it takes a lot of balls for somebody to step up to the plate 12 days in advance,
Oh, no problem.
That's one thing I would like to touch on is we had a lot of matches that were planned very far in advance with very sudden backouts, which I'm not appreciative of people like Matt stepping up the last minute. I am very happy that you guys are able to do that. So I'd like to thank you guys for actually stepping up to the plate with very short notice.
Yeah. It's a testament on the willingness to compete, Some people just want to put their elbows on the table.
Yeah, I mean, my match beforehand was planned in like February, and then 2 weeks before the event it's over. So,
Well,
and then the discussion has also came up about, whether or not to have a retainer for matches and stuff, So that's an ongoing discussion on, for our general region, which doesn't necessarily.
Well, and I mean, it's not just our region. I mean, this is happening a lot, and it's sad, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm a man of my word. I do what I say I'm going to do, and
yeah,
I think all I want to say about that is people should think twice before saying yes or confirming something unless they've dotted all their I's and crossed their T's.
Yeah, especially if there's money on the line. I don't think there was hardly.
Yeah, but
any
even
methods.
if there isn't money on the line, it sucks if you're looking forward to something for 2 or 3 months and you're training for it and you're planning, everything you're doing around that. And then, you get that news or whatever. Like it's not fair to your opponent and it's not fair to the promoter.
Yeah. Oh man, I was sweating there for a minute. I was like, oh crap. It went from 18 down to like 13 in like 2 days. I was like, oh geez.
Yeah.
That was not. that was a pretty stressful couple days. Christian Moore he had to, he didn't have to back out, but he took another opportunity, to go out to Colorado for Corey Miller's event. But I told him a long time ago. I said that's a really good opportunity. I would rather him give me the information before.
Yeah,
but
and I mean, we had another guy like that too, but then
Yeah.
unfortunately we had somebody else just decide to go to a different tournament instead, and it wasn't, something like that. So,
well, it is what it is. So anyway, let's get started on the matches. We got Trenton Halstead and Alex Pergantis. We got that.
Trenton better not lose that match. I felt both of them, and like Trenton's come a very long way, but for some reason Alex seems to have his number, and I think Trenton needs to come back and pull off this win.
I think Trenton has the last win on that.
Oh, does he?
Right hand, I do believe.
Was that
I would have to look at the brackets. But yeah, I think power-wise, I think Trenton definitely has the advantage. I just think for some reason he gets to a competition and sometimes he can psych himself out.
Yeah, I think it's more of a mental game for him because I pulled him in practice, and the kid's strong. And the fact that he doesn't weigh as much as me is mind-boggling because he's strong and he's about as tall as me. So, but I think Trenton's going to take that one 3-1. I could see a flash pin from Alex at the start, but after that, I think Trenton's just a little too strong.
Yeah, I know both guys are fairly new, but Alex has had slight more experience.
Yeah,
but Trenton, he's been to quite a few practices, so he's learned quite a bit. He's learned
from
quite
a
bit,
different people too.
And he retains knowledge very well. And what do we say? Knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
And
So if he's
knowing's half
able
the
to,
battle.
what's that?
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Man, I forgot my pen. Hang on. So I'm gonna keep my my votes to myself, but we got Trenton and Alex. Parker, what are you saying? You got one for Trenton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got Trenton. Tim, you're
Sorry,
saying
I gotta press that tap to speak because I'm in the car and it thinks I'm driving. So I gotta swipe over 2 screens every time I want to talk.
Oh, that's hilarious. Tim, what do you think? Timmy.
Froze.
He froze.
There he is.
There you go.
And muted.
Yeah, Matt, go ahead and give us your prediction on that one. You got an idea?
Not on that one. I do on the Kevin Falco one now.
You've pulled Alex. I do believe you pulled Alex and Trenton, though. And the AMs
I thought back
from November.
Me?
I think you, yeah, man. I think you pulled Alex. To be honest with you, I think you beat him, but I can't remember. Timmy, what do you got?
My vote is for Trenton.
Yeah.
Are we just picking a winner, or are we doing?
Yeah, I would say I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to give your your thoughts on whether or not it'll be a close or not. That's fine with me. I don't mind.
I think 3-1 on that match is a pretty high likelihood because when Trent does lose to Alex, it's always on the first hit. And say it's in a tournament, there's a foul that happens, Trent adjusts, and usually I've seen him figure it out. But I'm going to say 3-1 Trent.
Nice. 3-1. Lawrence Bell in the chat. What up, Lawrence? Poselina. I think that was Michael from Columbus, I do believe. I'm looking at the chat on YouTube. Cole, yours. Yeah, double booking is okay as long as money is not involved. People are worthless unless they pay you. Anyone else love the first cable workout after you lube the sheaves? What a game changer. No idea.
Oh, probably the resistance.
Oh boy. Tim, your opponent says you have no chance against him. None.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
He says he's 190 pounds, only pulling for 9 months. Well, that's a lie. Because he was at the last
Well,
Michigan
okay.
State.
So I remember that he did pool at that East versus West qualifier in Indiana, and that was in April last year. So that would have been 14 months ago. And I do think that was his first tournament, though. I don't.
Yeah,
so he
No
might have been
chance.
practicing.
No chance, he says. Jeez.
No.
Funny
Lawrence
how much
said that's funny.
the arm wrestling community keeps track of timelines based on events.
You know how
we
many
know.
times I've heard that I have no chance?
Well, this guy beat him this long ago. They both trained for this long, but this person trained with this person. Like,
Yeah.
which is
Jose TV, Manolo Sanchez says, Happy Father's Day, gentlemen. Thank you, Manolo.
Yeah, great.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads in the chat and on the call. Happy Father's Day. Adam Silverman said, James, nice man. Collier says, Happy Father's Day. So, yeah. So, we'll get to that match. Matt really doesn't know him. Rob, do you have any do you have an opinion on that Trenton versus Alex match? I don't think you know any of those guys.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with them really. And then if I'm reffing, I guess I shouldn't really give any sway.
Are you reffing? Because I didn't really hear back from you.
Yeah, I forgot to respond. I mean, it's this weekend, right? It's Saturday.
This upcoming Saturday.
Yeah, so I guess if I'm bringing the kids or leaving them with my dad, I haven't decided if I'm bringing them or how I'm doing that scenario because I don't know if I'm gonna have somebody watching them in the crowd, like if I'm repping. But I'm like 95% sure that I'm coming on Saturday to rep.
Cool, awesome.
There's like just a 5% of just what I'm doing, like officially, like
gotcha.
how that process is.
Awesome. That sounds good, man. I'm excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm probably not arm wrestling unless David Lee can get his ass to some tournament that I'm at. I'll arm wrestle him left-handed any day. But right now I'm probably not going to arm wrestle except for reffing for a while.
Really?
The rest is just practice pulling. I don't know. There's not many tournaments like on my list of things. I did Michigan States and Nationals, and then I was like, all right, that's kind of enough. And then I guess trying to get maybe a David Lee match, and then past that, I don't really have any aspirations for the rest of the year. So it would really just be if we got some reffing events, I'll ref.
There you go. Well, we're more than happy to have you. You know, if you want to help me out at the November event, I could really use the help.
Okay.
That'll be November 2nd, so check your calendar for that one.
Speaking on the reffing, Matt, while you're in here, do you want strict rules or the loose reffing from dog fights?
That's fine. The loose.
What was that? Couldn't hear you there.
The dog fight rules.
Dog fight rules? All right, I'm fine with that. I just wanted to see what your take on was it. was on it, so
Oh,
we can do that.
Yeah, the problem, it's good to know that in advance. The problem is when, people are expecting a set of rules and things change the last minute, either different type or certainly different level of enforcement that, like say for elbow hops or whatever, that really caught a lot of people off guard at Keystone, from what I understand. I wasn't there, I was at a wedding, but they've generally in the past had been pretty much a, hey, if you're not getting an advantage, we're not going to, stop for everything. And now they're, and they did a 180 and it caught a number of people off guard.
Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that's why I love to do the strict, because it's either there or it's not. You ain't got a whole bunch of people screaming at you, the next day online, oh, you missed this call, or you chose not to call, this, but you called that, That's why I'm a fan of strict repping. But I can understand why people would like some loose rules, you know what I mean? Hey, they're more fun. They are.
Yeah, God bless the referees. That's something I absolutely positively refuse to do, period. Case closed. You need somebody to do brackets. Refereeing, no.
Yeah. Refereeing is not an easy task.
I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. I feel like it's fun.
It can be fun, for sure. It is fun, but man, it is stressful.
Oh yeah,
Stressful.
yeah.
You should have saw how much I was sweating up there at the Arnold's whenever I was doing that. Oh my goodness, dude. I was sweating like a pig. And that was only down reffing.
And then if you get a long tournament, like, Winter Blast, we had 2 or 3 referees kind of bail at us at the last minute. And one said, oh, by the way, I have to leave at, 5:45. So it's like,
And I mean, that was an 11-hour event.
yeah, I mean, it's just, it's nice if you have enough that you can, give them a relief.
Yeah. So we got myself, I'll be doing the strict reffing, the head ref. Justice will be my down ref. Robbie, if he's coming, he can do the dogfight reffing, head ref. And then either myself, Kevin, or Justice can do the down reffing for that.
So do I understand what you just
Kevin,
said?
is that what we kind of talked about that one day?
Yep, that sounds right.
I think that was about it. And Parker, he's jumped in for me every once in a while doing the down rough, and he does it just fine. So, if Parker would want to step in and help us out on the dog fight down roughing, that would be awesome also.
And the dog fight, correct me if I'm wrong, is the main difference there, like just not calling the little elbow fouls?
Right. It's mainly that. And yeah, it's pretty much just let them fight it out. It's a dog fight,
Yeah, it's like if you bobble foul on an elbow and it doesn't really give you any advancements on the match, it's not going to be a foul.
Right.
At least that's what I understand.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same rule set. It's just we're going to be a little bit more lenient on the fouls with the dogfight rules.
Correct.
Right.
So
All slips go to straps, right? Just slip strap.
All
Like any type of
slips.
slip?
Yep. In the dogfight rules, all slips go to straps.
All of them, every single one.
So do I understand then that basically you're going to be asking the competitors in each match which they prefer?
Yes, every match needs to agree on something. If they cannot agree, it goes to dog fights, because that's what we're at. We're at dog fights.
And are you running just one table for the
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Much easier to film that way.
Yep. So what we'll be doing also is I'll probably be live from my YouTube channel for the whole thing, and then Kevin's going to do post-production on his channel. So he'll make some nice, awesome videos for everybody. Okay. What were we doing? What were we talking about?
Predictions for the first,
what's that?
predictions for the first match. I don't think we ever finished.
Alex and Trenton. Robbie didn't know him. Dave, do you know these guys?
I do not. I'm not going to be that much use on a lot of these. I've looked at the list of, on the last poster, I realize it's changed a little bit, but of the 18, I think there's only 3 pair where I've even gripped up with both. And it hasn't been competition. It's, after pulls and, side table, whatever. And maybe another 3 or 4 that I know something about one or the other, but a lot of them I really have no idea. I know the name, but I have no idea to predict who's going to win.
Yep. Alex, I know you probably have pulled quite a bit with Trenton. I don't think you've ever pulled with Alex, though.
No, so I'm not going to make a prediction. I just hope it's a sweet match.
Yeah. Kevin, you got any thoughts on that one?
No comment.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go. The actual first match of the night is going to be myself versus Amos Glenn. That will be the first match since I'm going to be reffing throughout the event. I want to get mine out of the way, and then Justice versus Crystal Eve. That will be the second match. So let's go through and we'll talk about the Amos Glenn versus myself match. Any thoughts on that, guys?
So, I mean, this is really going to be a question of whether or not he can turn you into a hook. I mean, I don't see a war here. I see you either take his hand, take him to the pad pretty easy, or, he sucks you in and it's easy the other way.
Right.
Like, I don't know which one of those two things will happen, but I see the match being decided on who gets what, the first half a second after the ready go.
Basically, don't miss the hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Your
definitely.
hand is definitely very dominant to his. It's just a matter of like how strong is his cut.
Yeah, this is one of these matches where an outsider, that doesn't know arm wrestling, but just sees I mean, no offense by this, Billy, but the average outsider would say, "Oh, I don't think those biceps of Amos are going to lose." But of course, we all know that that's not the determining factor in this sport.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir. Trust me, I'm just thankful that Amos was nice enough to agree to the match.
I think it's a good match. I think it's a good style clash. I mean, I personally have not gripped up with Amos in years. So, for me to the only indication that I had at all of kind of maybe where he was at when I saw him pull that match at the Pittsburgh at the BAL last January, and he won a match with someone down there. But
Otha.
That's the last match I remember. Yeah.
The last time I saw him was at the Keystone about 4 years ago, and he actually had an injury there of some sort.
Yeah, but Dave, like if you go back that many years, he was a totally different fool.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. I'd say in general, I mean,
I don't think you're an underdog, though. You said you were a big underdog. I don't see you as an underdog. I think this is a coin flip match. I really do.
Well, I hope it is, But like you said, looking at that man's arms, holy moly, jeez.
Yeah, but you're not going in there. Your lane is somewhere else. So
correct, yeah.
I don't know enough about Amos to really give an accurate prediction, but being teammates with Billy, I gotta hope that Billy takes the win on that one.
I mean, I know enough to say that this is a very winnable match.
I'm not sure what. That would be sweet, but I'm not sure if he wants to. I gotta ask him if he wants to do the dogfight rules or the strict rules. Me personally, I'd rather do just the strict rules because that's what I'm used to.
Well, the only way that I see that could have any meaning or relevance is if he's just looking to run away and get the strap, you know?
Right.
Because, if you have to do that according to a rule set, versus just whatever it looks like to get out of there, then that can give that guy a little bit of an advantage. But, other than that, I don't see much of a difference. I don't see fouls coming into play or anything like that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Prove me wrong, Billy. But I'm
What's
gonna
that?
go. I said, prove me wrong, Billy, but I'm going with Amos.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Anybody else got a prediction?
I'm going to predict Billy.
Oh, snap. Anybody else? Nobody else. All right. Got 2-1. So I'm just hoping it's a match. If I can get a stop, and go to work from there, that's how I've always pulled. As long as I can get a stop, I can think through it and I can adjust accordingly. As long as I can keep
Well, he's
the match
not
on my
bad.
side of the table.
He's not.
That's the big thing.
I see
What's
another
that?
one of the competitors has just joined the chat, Bo Horner, if you want to send him the link.
Bo, click that link up at the top.
Oh, it is. That's right. It is at the top.
Top of the chat. If anybody wants to join the call, just click that link at the top of the chat on YouTube there. Lawrence Bell, let's go, Billy. Yeah, right. Lawrence, thanks, buddy. Thanks for the support, man. Billy says Tim has had so many banger performances against fouling opponents. Oh yeah, for sure. Condom. Okay. All right. Official second match is Justice Black versus Chris Louise.
I don't know Chris, but
This
I don't
is
play
Chris
against
Louise Senior or Junior? This
Senior.
is the Senior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So big shout out to Chris Louise jumping in to fill in for a back out for Justice's match. I think it was like maybe 2 weeks notice on this one. So big shout out to Chris for taking the match on short notice. We appreciate you so much. So I think this match, dude, man, this match is going to be a scrap. I mean, it's going to be a feisty one with Chris's fieriness that he brings to the table and Justice's ability to pull anywhere. It's going to be a fun one to watch. It's going to be a real fun one to watch.
I think if Justice takes advantage of his ability to work on the B side from the hit, he's going to have a really good shot at this match, personally.
Yeah.
I think that Justice just needs to get in the strap. I think that's just as simple as it is. If he gets in the strap, I think he's going to win. It's not even a question.
I mean, Justice is hard to hold on to. I don't see it not ending up in the straps.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one.
He's slippery. He knows how to slip. He slips Christian every single week, so he'll be able to slip this time.
That's hard to do. That is super hard to do. Extremely hard.
This one's an oddity in that it is one of them that I have actually ripped up with both of them and actually even competed with one of them, having gotten crushed by Justice at the Garage Wars a year ago. And so I think with this, I would go with Justice.
Dave's going for justice. Bo, welcome
Hey,
to the
What's
call,
up? What's
man.
up? How are you guys?
Welcome. Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
All right, cool. What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Not
Thanks for being
much.
part of the show.
Definitely.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ready's we're ever going to be, right?
That's right.
And it seems like these events are getting, I'm not saying easier to put on, but we've accumulated all the things that we need to put on a good event, which is really nice. There's no more acquiring things that we necessarily have to have. So now all we got to do is we got to find refs and we got to find a place to have it. Boom, easy peasy.
Yeah, not only,
awesome.
but certainly you've picked up a good bit of knowledge over the time as to what works and what does not.
Right. Yep.
And these are all, is
Yep.
this all WAF? Is that what rule set we're going under?
Well, it is, if you pick strict rules, it is USAA,
Okay.
IFA rules, strict rules. And if you and your opponent choose the dogfight rules, then it is just the same rules, just loosely enforced. So like bobbles, we let go, like elbow off the back. If it like comes back and then he puts it right back on, that's not going to get called either, or if it's like jamming on the crease on the corner or something like that, that's probably not going to get called either. So it's like it's pretty much what we did in November, just a little looser.
Okay.
And all slips go to straps for the dogfight rules.
Yeah, that's me and Rich had a conversation. He wants to do we had an agreement to do all matches go to straps. And I was assuming he's going to do WAF or USAA.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's no worries.
As long as you guys agreed upon it, it's fine with us.
Yep.
Are we gonna have the?
Bo, do you mean like starting straps or like all slips?
They're just going to start in the straps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have the laser for the tables?
I will bring the laser and I'm hoping I got somewhere to tape it to above. If I don't, then I'll just stick it to that ceiling in there and I'll just like kind of tape it up there as well as I can. Because that laser makes a huge difference, man. You can't, there's no fighting it. You're either center or you're not, which is awesome.
Very nice to have. I liked it at the Kiwanis event.
Yep. We'll have that at every event that we have from here on out.
Good deal.
For sure. Okay, so we're getting back to Justice and Chris Leave. Anybody else have any opinions on that one?
The only way I see Chris winning is if he can control Justice's hand outside of the straps. I think Justice is good enough to get into the straps and win the match from there.
I think
Yeah,
Justice
he's just too technical and calculated with his angles and hits and the straps.
Justice he is good. I'm telling you, that boy is good. They have pulled before out at a Memorial Day. Tim, you remember that when we was out watching the fireworks at one time?
Yeah, that was like last summer.
Yeah, and they were going back and forth then, and I know both of those boys was sandbagging like crazy, but it was still fun to watch. They was going back and forth. Whoever could get the hit or whoever got hand control or something like that. It was fun to watch.
I mean, as we say in the club, he is the Asian sensation with the most pronation. So I got to go with my boy Justice on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude has rice coming out of his pores, man.
What is it?
I said that dude got rice coming out of his pores, man.
Kev, you pulled both of them. What do you think?
I think Justice is going to take it just based off his ability to pull in more positions. Chris is good, but he's got one strong position. And I think if he gets out of that position, he kind of, he's not going to get it. So
has anybody ever seen Chris jump into a hook? Like ever?
That would be
no.
not
He
good.
avoids.
I
He
don't
avoids
think
hooks
I
at
ever
all
have
costs.
either. No.
Anybody else got anything on that one?
I think Justice will take it, honestly. He's got a strong hand.
Yeah, even though he's got a 3/4 size hand compared to Chris's, it's still very strong.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in
Hand
the
size,
trap. He
it
knows
matters,
how to use it.
but you can have a very strong top row and have a small hand.
Oh, and
He's
he
got a
does.
very tight rise. That's one thing Justice has. He's got a very tight rise. He's able to hold the rise very, very simply. So,
Like his rotation is crazy nowadays. You notice that the ability for him to go from here to here, that little movement is very, very strong, very strong. I've taught him well. No,
Coach Billy.
hey, you remember me telling you about Justice at that practice that I was up there before we even started the dog fights. You remember? I told you, I said Justice Black he's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
And dude, and he was only in it maybe like 3 months at that point.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I knew as soon as we recruited him from the Pottery Festival.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because you were probably one of the first ones to pull him.
Yep, ever. And then when you told me he started coming to practice, I was like, he's gonna be something.
Oh, well, yeah. And he really took an interest in the technical aspect of everything right away.
Yep.
And you don't see that with a lot of newer guys. Like I don't know if you remember. Well, I'm sure you remember. Like that Caleb kid.
Caleb Frank?
No. Justice pulled him in a super match.
Oh, yeah. Wilkerson.
That Caleb, Wilkins.
Yeah, Jeff's nephew.
Caleb is incredibly strong and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the main difference there was that I did not see him really develop an interest in the table IQ aspect of arm wrestling the way that I saw it with Justice. So it was going to be one of those things where, like, it's like the middle school wrestler where, like, they just go in there and the strong guys just throw people around to their back. And then, that same match happens later, like, in high school wrestling. And, it's a 180, that the technique is going to win every time. So that's really what I saw with Justice, is that he was able really to absorb everything more that way.
Certainly has the competitive spirit. It's interesting you say about the wrestling. I had asked him at one of the East Ohio practices about, what he was in before this. And he had been a wrestler, I guess, in school, but he said he really preferred MMA rather than the wrestling because he'd, basically rather crush somebody and make them submit than, win on points, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was like Taekwondo or grappling or something. It was BJJ, I do believe, is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't stop saying good things about Justice. I mean, he's our teammate. He's one of our proteges. He's made us proud so many times, even in losses. He still makes us proud, and he's such a good kid too.
Yeah, there's like four up and coming guys that I like watching right now: Justice, Parker, David from the Cleveland team, the schoolboy kid, and then Jade. Those four, high potential for the next upcoming years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who's the schoolboy kid? Who are you talking about?
David. He's that big big.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
is he from? Is he from California or?
No, he's a Cleveland guy,
Oh, okay.
What's his heritage?
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
what is he at 154?
No, he's like 220. He's going toe to toe with Rich Calero and stuff now.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
I don't think I've ever pulled.
No, you were probably thinking, Tim, of David Nikabadze from the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
That's who
that.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about.
That David Nikabadze, he
Yeah.
put on a clinic up in Rochester.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, the one in Rochester. That was probably, to be honest with you, somewhat of
Yeah, that is who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, that's not him.
That
Yeah.
kid, for his age and his
Now,
weight,
Kevin, how is his left? When
I
you
believe
said
I believe his left is better. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I know he gives Rich more problems on the left than he does on the right.
okay, but you don't think he would be like ready to pull like somebody like me yet, though? Yeah.
Right-handed, definitely he would be.
Well, yeah,
Left-handed,
but left-handed is
he would be a big underdog.
okay. So
But I
maybe
mean,
give
we
give
were-
it a little bit more time.
yeah, we were pulling at practice just this past weekend. He was blowing through me. I couldn't stop him anywhere.
Okay.
Dang.
Well, I mean, I'll trust your judgment on that because.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it might be better to let him develop a little more.
Right,
you
I
know?
think so too. Rich Calero would be a lot better to talk about because they train.
Yeah. Because you know what I mean? Like, I want a match, but I don't want it while he's still, like, newer either.
Yeah.
So is everybody picking Justice in this pretty much?
I
Yeah.
think pretty much everybody.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me currently?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It took me out of driving mode, I suppose.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Next match. Third match in line is our guy Alex Boone, the Beast Bean, versus Chris Wood. Now this is a rematch. This is a rematch that I wanted to see because last time Chris came up for Garage Wars, he put Alex over his knee, and he gave him a good old behind the woodshed spanking. So I want to see Alex bring this one home, baby. Come on, let's go.
Now, how did that match go? Did they end up in the straps, or what happened? Do you
Alex,
remember?
I mean, it was just
you can talk about
it. My right hand at the time was just poop. The best way to put it.
Oh,
It
so
was
this
definitely
is a right-handed match?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right-handed.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
let's
why
go.
I'm
I
not
was
taking.
going to say, like, he shouldn't
it's no,
touch your
it's not
leg,
even a match
Alex.
left-handed. Yeah, not even a match left-handed. No,
Okay.
definitely
So
right.
But,
I'm gonna say Chris Wood is probably gonna win.
Oh,
Okay.
I got it.
I know that if I get him up, I feel like I can hit him.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a good match, though. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna say 3-1, 3-2, Chris.
Yeah, I don't think Alex can win this unless he sinks a deep, slow hook. And I just think Chris is too scrappy for that. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at,
Alex, did you ask Chris at all about whether or not to do strict or dogfight?
No, I did not. I need to message him, text him real quick, but I would imagine he doesn't care. That would be my guess. I don't care. So yeah, I'm really gonna just really do what he wants to do.
Yeah, and I don't really think that is a huge factor in this match, to be honest, either. Because
I know Alex's hand is not the same hand as what it was a year ago. I guarantee you 100% of that.
Yeah.
100%. And now it's not on the same level as, say, my hand or anything like that, but it's still double of what it was last year, at least.
How is Alex's hook compared to yours, Billy?
Oh, way better.
Way better.
I
Way
mean,
better.
if Alex gets inside, he's winning this match.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a matter of
Can I
whether
get
he
there?
can get there. You know,
Mhm. And another thing too, I think, is if it is a strict match, I think Alex is probably going to win on fouls
oh yeah,
because Chris can't keep his elbow off the back of the pack.
he could foul out if he has to, like, you know, surge and stuff like that. He micro fouls.
Why
gonna
win
be-
on fouls?
I hope it
Forget
doesn't.
that.
We'll see. We'll see.
The only thing I can say is Chris he's an awesome dude. So shout out to Chris Wood. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. So I'm excited to pull him again.
He's very, very scrappy though. Like, he will throw some weird angles out there for sure.
Definitely not afraid of putting his arm on the line
No,
in order to get the win.
He's not.
Not afraid to put his arm on the line. I guarantee that.
I'll go with Alex. I got to go with the hook guy, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's right. We hookers need to stay together. Stand
Exactly.
firm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just from what I feel at practice and what I, when I went against Chris, I think Alex's chances on this one is vastly improved from the last time that they pulled. Vastly improved.
Now, do you still think he's an underdog though, or not?
No. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's more of a 50-50,
Okay.
60-40 match one way or the other. So it just depends on whether or not Chris can contain and or Alex can suck him in, one of the two,
Get the match stopped from him moving.
Yeah, I think it's whoever gets into their position. But then again,
Right.
Alex is pulled out of position and a very strong and still held, so it's not like Alex can't pull out of position either. So
Even on right arm, you've seen this?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. Yeah, Alex's left is definitely a stronger arm, but his right is no slouch by no means. By no means. And that's the only way that I was able to beat him at the last event, because I stayed way far away from his arm. But I don't think Chris can actually do what I did, because Chris's hand isn't as strong as mine.
Well, and you're taller.
Yeah, but Chris's his elbow to fingertip is probably the same as mine.
Oh,
okay. His hand just isn't as strong. That's all. But his hand was way stronger than Alex's a year ago. But Alex's hand is drastically improved, drastically, and his table IQ. Because I remember that was like 6 months back into you taking a year off, wasn't it, Alex?
Right. The one in May?
Yeah, the last one, the last Garage Wars. You had just come back into the sport from you having a kid.
Possibly. I'm honestly, no, it might have been a little bit further in. I honestly don't know. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Listen, It's not going to be what it was last time. I think it's going to, I hope it's a great match. I hope it's just entertaining and everyone screams. So everyone has to scream.
Yeah. That'll be match number 3.
Sweet.
Other than that, I don't have any specifics besides 1, 2, and 3, and then Kevin's is obviously last because he's the main event.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Billy, I'll probably be getting off around 9. So if we want to talk about my match.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. We got Kevin Palco and David Zaccanini. They will be going last. Main event. Mr. Palco has chosen Dave as a worthy opponent for his right arm. You know, in our region, you know, there's not a whole lot of guys that can handle his right arm. So that was nice of Kevin to give David the opportunity to see what he has.
And
Yeah, I know.
Kevin, are you weighing right now about like 170 or
Who, me or him?
both of you?
I'm about 164. I'm guessing he's going to be about 10 pounds heavier, if I had to guess.
I'd say about 10.
Yeah, because you guys agreed on a walk-in weight, correct?
Yeah. So
Whatever.
I know
Yeah, whatever.
he kind of wanted to pull me for a while now, and we just haven't been able to come up with anything that was reasonable for both of us. So I knew
And
with
then
this being
like kind of like well, I think it might be a little bit closer to Cleveland, but it's about as close to a halfway point as you're going to get.
right. Yeah,
Yes.
I believe so too.
Yep. I think it's like 2 hours. 2 hours to Zach Lee's house from my place, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can make it out there.
hour and 45 for me to get there. So.
So for me,
Hey,
I mean,
Bo, did you do a time check on how long it would take you to get here?
I think it was like 3.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
For you? Dang.
yeah, but he lives like further
I live in the Eastern
south.
Panhandle of West Virginia.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. He lives far closer.
Yeah, it took me to get to your competition last year, Billy. I think it took like 3 hours and 15 minutes in East Liverpool.
yeah. And where we're gonna be is like 10 minutes right across
Little
the
bit
river.
closer about
Makes
to you.
sense.
Like,
Okay, so maybe
I
it's
would-
3 hours.
and it's off of that. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he does not
a
live
little bit.
where he practices. I just plugged in both the towns. He's basically in extreme southwestern Pennsylvania, and just from Rice's Landing, which is the village he's in, to Chester, is showing up as an hour 28 minutes, 80 miles for Zaccanini.
What was the hours?
Hour and 28 minutes.
Oh,
Because-
dang, that ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
I was
Dave
about to say Dave's not that far.
Dave Zaccanini does not actually live where Zach Lee
Yeah.
lives.
No,
Like,
that's what
he
he's
travels
closer.
distance to get to that because there's really no one else down in that area.
No, he's just off of 79 down in Greene County, which is the southwesternmost county in Pennsylvania.
And there's nothing else down there. Like,
No.
Yeah, I think he usually either trains with Eli or Zach.
yeah, Morgantown would be pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like 80 miles north of there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he'll probably be as close to this as it probably takes him almost as long to get to Zach's place for his practice.
It does,
Well, I mean,
most likely.
an hour and 20 minutes to get to, East Liverpool. So I mean,
Well, either way, the match is going to happen. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of guys. Kevin's weight that can handle his right arm or his left. To be honest with you, it's not very many guys. So we definitely appreciate David stepping up to the plate because originally he wanted a left-hand match.
Right.
He didn't want to go right hand. So we appreciate his willingness to put his right arm on the table.
I think Dave and Kevin's match is going to be a freaking banger on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah. And
I'm
David,
really
he
excited
goes
for that.
straight inside, doesn't he?
oh
is it?
yeah,
David's not a top roller, is he?
Dave will go right inside with you. Absolutely.
Dave's a strong hook puller.
Right. The reason he wanted to pull me is because he always said nobody would ever go into a hook with him, and he
Yeah.
really wants to test his hook. So
Yeah.
I'll be prepared for the hook, but I'm also going to be prepared in case he decides to switch it up a little bit too.
I've been really excited to see that match. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I don't know how much, I don't know if he's competed in the last few years, but the last time I pulled him was at Keystone States like 3 or 4 years ago. And we had a pretty good hook match there. I ended up winning it, but it wasn't an easy match.
Well, he competed in Morgantown. We saw him down there. Sam
How did he
had,
finish on that one?
well, he didn't make weight, so he had to pull like a class heavier. And
that class was stacked.
It was pretty stacked. Yeah. And I mean, we're talking about he was maybe 172, 171, and he was pulling a 190 class or some shit.
That
And
makes
I
it
mean, held his own, but I mean, he realistically didn't have a chance to play at that weight.
Yeah.
If Kevin loses, even his mustache isn't going to save his number of subscriptions.
That's one thing I will never do is if I lose, I have to shave my mustache. That will never be a stipulation.
Not even in November.
I'm going Kevin 3-0.
Yeah, I gotta go Pound Town Palco. Sure.
Dave, I think, is strong enough to potentially get a pin, but I just think Kevin's level of experience, just pulling, elite level pullers and just traveling around, and I just think that is going to be too much to reckon with. But I do think Dave can sneak one pin in there, and I think Kevin will win 3-1.
So I think Kevin is the favorite, but I do think not Devin. I do think that he will be able to make it a 3-2 match. He potentially could be the winner because Dave's my friend. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this because he is my friend. Dave has a very strong hook. I felt it at practice plenty of times. I haven't got the grip with Kevin ever. Well, the first time we did was a long time ago, but he just dusted me. And that was my first time ever touching the table.
And I doubt that's happening these days. So
kind of like when I did that, Bo, too.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah. But like I said, I think it'll be a 3-2 match one way or the other.
I mean, I hope it is. I mean, we want to see that,
That's what we're hoping for with all 18 of these matches.
Oh, the more 3-2s we can have, the more people screaming, the more we're gonna have the venue wanting us to come back. And then at that point, then you start getting venues, asking us to come to their places and put on events,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how David's endurance is going to hold up. I mean, that dude, he's jacked. Like, his forearms and biceps are probably bigger than mine.
So he could get blown up.
Yeah, if we get into a grinder, is he going to end up blowing up? Possibility. I don't know.
How's his stamina look at practice usually, Bo? Does he stay on the table very long, or?
He usually stays on the table pretty good, but his hand, not his hand, but his arm can blow up, but he still can bang for a long while.
Yeah.
If he wants to go in the straps, we could start just like you and Calero. I'd be happy with that.
That's a question for Dave. That's not a question.
Yeah. I'll leave that up to game time decision.
What's the likelihood that Kevin just comes out and top rolls Mr. Zekanini?
That's going to be for the final win. He's going to get tired of this hook and going to top roll it.
I think even if I tried to top roll him, I think he might be too strong to suck me in like that.
His cup is really good. I mean, I don't think that's problem.
I can't top roll Dave. Anytime I try and go out of Dave's right hand, I can't top roll him. I'm not a top roller, but so that ain't saying much. But I can't.
Yeah, I think
but
even
still,
if
you're like a legit 98. I mean, you know, it's like
Yeah, I think if I just tried to hold post and pronation, he would eventually end up turning me in. So I think
and then you'd be compromised. And you don't
exactly I'd
want
be in a
that.
bad position. So
Well, as long as you don't let up on your pronation, you're okay.
right.
And that's where you want to be anyway. You don't want to be unpronated.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're in a hook, you still want to be pronated. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But I don't think the idea is to go top roll v top roll at all, you know. So I
I'd be
definitely
very
see you guys
interested
just going,
to see if
oh,
that
right in there and freaking smacking each other. You know how the on over the top whenever they say ready and then they go and then you hear the elbows smack down onto the table and it goes. I think that's what we're gonna hear. I think that's what we're gonna hear right
I
into
hope
the hook,
so.
and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. So, anybody got any other thoughts on Palco versus Zaccanini? It's gonna be a great match for sure, for sure. Kev, if you gotta go,
Yeah, I'll
no
stick
worries,
around
brother.
for a little bit, but we were at the Rolling Stones
Let's,
concert last night.
let's
And we
talk
got
about the matches where like people are here. Like, so, you know, like if you don't mind Kevin's like Bo's match and then my match.
Dude, you underwater, bro?
He's
very static.
So we can get your opinion.
Huh?
Heck
Well,
yeah, bro.
let's talk about Tim's match here real quick. His opponent is chirping in on the chat quite a bit here.
Who's he
He
pulling
was talking
again?
smack earlier. Now he's saying, I can't wait to pull Tim. He's definitely a beast. Much respect. So yeah, if he goes to where Tim is comfortable via that hook, good luck.
About Bo and Rich.
Yeah, we can. Whatever anybody wants to talk about. I don't care.
Bo and Rich, he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Did you and Rich talk about which style of match you guys want, strict or dogfight?
We have not talked about that yet. I'm cool with the USAA. I'm cool with the dog fights as long as, like, if an elbow slips off the back or it comes off the front, it needs to be called. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
then you're gonna want strict then.
I think so too. Yep.
That's fine. I like strict.
Because the thing is if like an elbow in a dog fight, if the elbow is like that tip is like on the corner, you know, on that corner, and it's like jammed on that corner, you know, we kind of let that go, you know what I mean? But if it's a strict match, if that elbow, you know, comes, you know, over the edge at all, then that is a elbow foul, you know.
Yeah.
So you can hear it audibly whenever somebody's elbow.
Another thing is also, if I'm in the hook, right, I usually go over this rule before every competition just to make sure with the refs I'm in, like, we're under the understanding, because I've been screwed over with this before. So I've got a big tricep, right? So whenever I'm on the table and my elbow gets rocked up, rocked up like this on the pad, my elbow should not be called for a foul yet, as long as it's inside the square of the pad, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Or if I go up, like, son of a bitch more. So if I go up sideways like this, and my elbow comes up because it's on the meat of my tricep at the bottom, it's still not a foul.
Correct. As long as it's in the container of the pad, yeah, you're good.
Okay, last question. If there's a pin center table, is it a restart?
Yes. Yeah, there should be no center table pins.
Yep.
Cool.
you have to have an advantage one way or the other.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's corner to corner. It's not like,
Center.
like
I know what you mean.
yeah, it's that tip of that corner, that side, your winning side, to the other tip of your opponent's pad.
Good
so
deal.
as long as your some part of your hand is beyond that line, then that's good.
Good deal.
What up, Christian? What up, big dog? Jump in the call, man. Bryce Meadows, jump on the call. Want you in here? Go.
What's up, Bryce?
They're on the chat. They're on the chat in the YouTube here. I'd love to have them on the call. Bryce said, "I'm gonna have to say Tim wins his match, but truth be told, I also say me, Bo, Chris, and Colson all win our matches, West Virginia style."
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, West Virginia.
Shoot, West Virginia, man, that's such a big state too, man. It's like some parts of West Virginia is like right in Virginia, and then you got the deep West Virginia.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like Bryce's team is all the way down south, like the furthest south part of the state. I'm in like the furthest east part of the state, and then Christina Casto's team is the furthest north part of the state. Not furthest part, but up north. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
west. Sorry,
northwest. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
west.
Where this event is the very tip top of West Virginia.
Yeah,
the very tippy top. So it's literally on the button. So you can't miss it.
Wait, which match are we talking about right now?
What is it?
Which match are we talking about right now?
We'll go with Rich and Bo.
Okay.
My thought is if Rich can keep Bo out of his power and keep him out of his shoulder, which is a hard task, granted. If he can do that, then Rich is going to have an advantage. But man, Bo's come a long way in the last couple of years, and his speed is very quick. He's very strong, so it's going to be a tough task to try to keep Bo out of his power.
Right. Yeah, I think
Rich is no slouch, though. Rich is very strong. He's got a really good drag. Yep. So if his 100%. Timing is correct, if his timing is good, he's got a good enough hand to do it. Mm-hmm. He's got to be on time, possibly a little slightly early.
Yeah.
So it's a classic in versus out.
Me personally, I don't see Rich winning that match. But Bo's going to dive inside so fast. And you don't let him get there, and he's going to get there. So that's kind of the way I see it. I think Bo.
I agree. I just think Bo is too strong right now. Like there's a level gap.
What has helped Bo is going to Zach's, and I don't mean necessarily that Zach's, the A1 as instruction. I don't mean that. I mean, he's very good. But, Bo's problem down in Kaiser was he didn't have anybody strong enough to really, at least for quite a long time. Every once in a while, somebody shows up. You didn't have somebody strong enough to make you work. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give Rich one win, but I see Bo on his YouTube channel curling trucks, so there's not much you can do about that.
Appreciate it with Bo.
I can appreciate the guys that do the work off camera.
Absolutely.
That's another thing to be said also.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Bo's style is like Rich's kryptonite. But also the last time they polled at the East Liverpool event, Rich wasn't very familiar with Bo. He had no clue that inside press was coming, and it caught him off guard. Yeah. So hopefully now that Rich knows, hey, this is what could happen, I just hope he can make an adjustment and make it more of a match than it was last time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that is a good viewpoint on it.
Yep.
Bryce, welcome to the call, buddy.
What's up?
What's up? And then we got Mr. Christian Ashby. Welcome to the call too, brother.
Thank you. How's it going?
Yeah. Oh, it's going well. I think we got somebody else coming on too.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump out.
Yeah, same here. Since all those people jumped in, I'm gonna go ahead and let them have my spot.
And there
Kev,
you go.
thank you for everything you've done, my friend, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys there.
Be safe.
Heck yeah. We'll see you guys there.
See ya, dude.
See ya.
Robbie, you taking off too? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
I'm hopping out. Yeah, I gotta go get into the physical work.
Hey, if you can, if you know for sure you're coming, maybe try to be there around 3.
3? Okay, yeah, it works.
There's plenty of time to get ready and get warmed up and everything.
All right.
I'm gonna jump off too. I'll see you guys.
See you,
at the
baby.
event. I'll probably be there at 3 as well.
Yeah,
Right, cool.
if you need any help with anything earlier on, let me know because I'm coming out actually the night before, so I can be there anytime.
I'm gonna talk to the owner here probably tomorrow. I'm guessing I'm gonna try to get over there around probably 2, maybe 2 o'clock ish, and then just start setting everything up. Like I said, it shouldn't take too long. We got a pretty good system of how we do things. So, we know where everything needs to go once we get the layout and stuff. So, and we don't have to set up lights or anything like that. They already have everything all set up there. They got the sound already all set up there also. So we don't have to do all the other setting up. All we got to do is take a table, get the commentary booth set up and the cameras set up, the phones on the tripods, and then bam, we're ready to go.
And Billy, reminder, because a lot of people bashed you on the last event. Make sure you use your front camera so it's not mirrored.
Yeah. And I'm never going live on Facebook ever again. That is horrible. That was the worst. The only reason why I did it because we got there's only 300 people on the YouTube, but there's 2,100 on the Facebook. You would think that it would help out more. No, it just made it worse because Facebook's video crap that they deal with, whatever, it's just horrible.
Yeah.
So we will continually just go live on YouTube from now on, no matter what.
So with weigh-ins, and say you got a super match with a guy that needs to meet a weigh-in, what are they doing? Are we doing weigh-ins before or
we're gonna do weigh-ins the day before, starting at 6 p.m. via FaceTime. It's live FaceTime. It's not video. Record a video and send it. It has to be live video. And then
I'll be at work up in Ohio for about a week. I might not have access to a scale, but there's no way I'm over 242. I'm 225 as we speak. Colin will be the guy in question, but I really don't care. I mean, I said 242 under, but if he's 250, I'm fine with it.
Well,
that's
what. Yeah, but right. Here's the thing: if you know that you're under 242, it's irrelevant because you can always show up that day and get on the scale. You know what I mean?
Okay. If I can weigh in that day,
I'll bring a scale.
Oh yeah,
bring a scale. Somebody will. This is only
the
for
scale will happen. Yeah,
we have scale weigh in the day before. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that.
That's awesome. That's what I was curious.
But Colin will have to do that, is what we're saying. If that's what you agree.
Yeah, if you guys agreed on that, then that's what we need to do. But the available times for weigh-ins is, after 6, you can either come to my place or via video chat, or that's the night before after 6 p.m. be probably 6 to 8. And then, I'll be there at probably 1 o'clock the day of at the event, event place.
Okay.
So, and I'll have my scale with me, so you guys can.
That'll work because I'll be with Colson, and me and him will both weigh in probably the same day as the event. So we'll be there probably about 3:34. Well, maybe a little early, about 2:30, 3:30.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I would assume most of these matches are going to be at least 15 minutes to 25 minutes a piece. So you were asking earlier about where you guys would be in the list.
Yeah.
What I'm doing now is I have myself first, Justice second, and Alex third, and Kevin last. Other than that, I'm just taking suggestions if guys want to be closer towards the end or closer towards the beginning. I'm just taking suggestions. I can kind of put you in the general vicinity, if anybody wants to be in any certain specific region.
I got you.
Yeah.
I really don't care where I'm at. I just would like to know beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo
I
said he
mean,
was
but
told
your
before
match
meeting.
is pretty a pretty good match. You guys both are high level pullers. I'd rather have you guys later towards the end, but I know Rich kind of likes to get his matches done early also. So I would say you get with Rich and discuss it on where you guys want to be as far as the lineup.
Okay, I'll shoot him a message.
And I can kind of help you guys out accordingly. Should be no problem.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Did you discuss Bo's match with Rich? I know you said something about how Bo may be too much for him. Is that what I heard? I was listening to it before.
Yeah. That kind of seems like the general consensus right now.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Bo talk all the time. What I've seen is just his inside game versus Rich's. I've lost to Rich. He actually was my first tournament guy who absolutely destroyed me. He destroyed me twice. And Rich is so reliant on a post from what I've seen that Bo's inside supination should tear right through that. Would be my guess.
Yeah. Plus, I'm used to
That
pulling
seems to
Zach
be
too. You know what I mean? And Zach's top roll was just disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so strong, bro. I can't stop his top roll, but I'm used to pulling it.
Yeah. There you go. He looks
There you
like
go.
a dude.
Morgantown.
Bro, Zach's so strong.
He looks like he's 5% body fat.
He's light. I think he weighed in at a competition. I think he weighed in the other day at Keystones at like 165 or something like that, or 160, whatever it was.
How tall is he?
The weight classes there were IFA.
Oh, okay. So it was 165.
No, it was East versus West. So what do they have? I think they have it's 209, 231, but what do they have under that?
It's 209, 187, 172, and then
that's IFA. But is East
Oh,
versus West the same, or are they different?
I don't know. I don't remember. All I
There's
know is
so
like
many.
160,
Oh,
165, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 165 at East versus West.
That sounds right. But yeah, he swept through the left-handed class. His right's still messed up, so he just did left.
Yeah, he's still injured, but I got there right after Zach got done, and he just cleaned up basically that class.
Okay.
So who's up next on the discussion board? Who should we talk about?
Jake, welcome to the show, buddy. Appreciate you having me.
Is that
Yeah,
coleslaw?
Coleslaw.
Yeah.
No, wait, who
What
is
up?
Jake fooling again?
Josh Rice.
Yeah, Josh Rice. One of Anatol's teammates.
I thought Josh Rice was from like Southwest Ohio, more like
Yes, he
Dayton,
is.
Cincinnati.
Yes.
Anatol is Columbus.
Well, from what I
Do
understand,
they train? Oh, okay.
They train together or whatever. They all wear the same shirts, so that's what I'm assuming.
Okay.
Well, you want to talk about that match?
Yeah, we can go with that one. Yeah.
I've never really watched or heard anything about Josh. I don't know much about him, but I trained with Josh.
I pulled Josh Rice at a charity event, like I want to say a year and a half ago, and outside of a strap, like he was a little bit threatening to me, like, out of a strap, his
It's on the
hit.
right hand, correct?
Oh, no, it was left. I'm sorry. Is this a right match?
Yeah.
No,
Is
No,
Jake's match right or left with him? I'm sorry.
What?
Jake, are
Jake,
you
that's a
pulling
right hand
right
match
or
right
left?
there.
no, it's left.
It's
Left.
left. That's what I thought. Okay.
That's
So,
left
yeah,
hand.
but once I got in the straps with Josh, I didn't have a problem. So, I mean, Jake, like, being honest, like, our match was kind of the same. Like, I had to worry about you a little bit out of the straps, like with your hit. But kind of once I got the strap on, I felt pretty good, you know.
Who'd you think was
So-
strong overall, Tim?
Jacob. Jacob was just newer.
Yeah.
I was able to just like get the right angles on him. But Jacob is stronger than him. But Josh has more experience.
So it's pretty much coming down to a stylistic advantage from him and a strength advantage from Jake. So
If Jake is the same, if Jake is like the guy that I pulled, like if he's like that, I think Josh wins. If Jacob has leveled up, even 5%, then I think Jacob wins. Like if I'm being honest.
That's a pretty tight window, though. That's a pretty tight window.
Seems pretty tight to me.
what is Josh do? Is he a top
So
roller?
in theory, this match,
He's a
this match
hand
seems
guy,
like it's going to be pretty good.
absolutely. Yeah, he's a top roller.
Okay.
And then Jacob, you're a top roller, aren't you? Left hand.
Right now, me and Bryce train together. It's all hook, really. And whoever gets that advantage, it's who wins between me and Bryce. So I'm more of a hook puller, I guess, right now, but I can do it all left-handed.
I think you need a strap, and I think you need to stay close to his arm and use your size advantage.
I'd 100% ask for the strap out the gate. That's what I'm going to do with Colin. I'm going to ask for the strap. If he don't want it, I'll get it, but I want the strap.
I mean, Jacob, I'm just like, you do not want to pull him. You do not want to pull him out of the straps.
I agree. He needs to
Go to-
get.
If you want the straps, go to a set grip and then get out.
Yeah.
Ref grip, not
Because
set grip.
you have more power than him, but he knows more about the setup, in my opinion, at this point. So you got to make him pull you.
I'd say I haven't seen nothing really about the guy, so it's kind of feeding into me right now. So
I do believe he's
I mean, like I could probably like if you scroll, I could probably find you like that match at some point and have you watch it, but that's really all I got.
I got you.
What's our predictions on that one? Because from Tim's idea, it should be a close one, but of course, I got to go with Jake 3-2. I mean, there's no reason not to, but it should be a real close one from what Lewis is saying.
I'll go 3-1, Jake.
There you go.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know either guys, so
Yeah.
I'm just-
Matt, have you pulled with Josh Price? I know he's on your side of the state.
No, I haven't.
No? Bummer. Christian, have you ever pulled with Josh Rice?
Oh, sounds familiar, but it's probably been too long if I have. I'm not sure if I have. Where's he from?
I want to
Southwest
say
Ohio.
Cincinnati or Dayton. Yes, Southwest Ohio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have, but I'd have to see a face. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
Who is it? Who's it against?
Mr. Jake Colson right here.
Oh, okay.
I think Jake works so much on the straps that if he gets the strap on every single match, there's a high chance of it being a 3-0. But that's just the question in order is if he gets the straps.
Mm-hmm.
And where I see the other two losses on Jake's side being a possibility. But if it goes to the strap, I know his strength. And from my gauge, I just don't see him having enough horsepower to stand there with him. That's just from what I felt from Jake. I don't know Josh, so I could be wrong.
Yeah. Anybody else want to put their thoughts on that one?
All I can say is let's go WV, baby.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Are you bringing that flag?
Well,
Yeah.
it is in West Virginia, the event, so
It is.
they'll be happy to support you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think I'll be bringing my West Virginia flag with me.
There you go.
We'll all
Yeah.
four fly it.
Yeah.
So we've talked.
I had the real man. I don't know if it would even work, but I had the real quick thought of, if we smoke through these matches fast enough to do like a $20 buy-in cash tournament at the end.
Ooh,
That was just
both
the thought.
Be
That
fun.
was just the thought.
What? Just like open weight?
Either that or whatever. Just
almost like king of the table, but
Both
like
arms?
a small tournament of some sort at the end, if we have enough time. It just popped into my head, a couple days ago. I said, man, that would be fun.
Both arms though, Billy?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on how much time we got. That's the
Well,
whole thing.
How long do you
That's the
have
thing.
the?
The event starts at 4, and I do believe the guy said that he has a DJ coming in at 9.
It's probably going to take 3.5, 4 hours to run these matches, is my guess.
Dude, for Garage Wars, we had 30 matches and got done in, I think it was 4 hours.
It's not bad.
I think that's what it was.
And when the DJ comes, are they shoving us out or?
You know what? I'm not sure if the DJ is outside or inside. I cannot remember what he told me.
At Saddle Ridge, if I remember correctly, after 9 p.m., it's basically a club. And it's like they check your ID at the door and everything. So it becomes kind of a party after that. But that's all I know. I haven't actually been there, but I got a few buddies.
That's why I made the comment earlier about Tequila Cowboy. Because it's exactly like that. It's a restaurant during the day, and then that's what they do after 9 o'clock.
What's that, Christian?
Well, we'll just go out in the parking lot.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Have the tournament.
Trust me, you do not want to pull in that parking lot. The parking lot is like this at some point.
Someone's gonna have a really
it's
good
not the
idea.
flattest.
Pull and the
As far as
have the tournament. Yeah.
as far as the event, he said to keep it right around 15 matches just because the DJ coming in, but it's not like he's going to kick us out of the venue. We're still going to be able to be there and pull and everything through while the DJ is still playing and everything. So to be honest with you, if the DJ is out on the patio, we can still be out there with the tables and probably still, have like a small cash event. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Tim, bring your laptop.
I will bring that just in case we decide to run a bracket.
Dave, bring your laptop too, just in case we decide that also.
I'll have it with me.
Because if we do
Well,
that,
Dave,
we got
you
enough
always
people
have
there.
the paper with you, right?
Yeah.
Always too.
Yeah. I have my laptop with me, but I never take the paper brackets folder out of the trunk just in case the computer takes a crap.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks for that.
Ooh, this got real fun real quick. Not that the event itself isn't going to be fun, but, you get everybody, on the table going after everybody against versus everybody. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a blast.
Hey, Bryce, is your match with Rich right or left?
Bo.
What?
You say Bryce or Bo?
Bryce.
To me.
No, Bryce. Your match with
Colin
Is your
Palmer.
match right or left? I'm sorry.
It's right. Colin Palmer. That's who I got.
Oh, so it's Colin Palmer, right or left?
It's right hand, which I know nothing really about the guy. I don't know if y'all do.
He did fairly well at the last event up in Toledo. I think he got first place in the 242 class, I do believe, right hand.
Yes, but
pro or amateur?
From my recollection, there were only like a handful of entries in that class.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who was in there, but I know it was a small turnout. That was Michael Todd. Michael Todd showed up at that event.
Shit.
What?
He did.
Yeah, there's a video of him and Michael Todd pulling, so I don't know how.
No. I'm not talking that one. That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
It was not the Filthy Animals.
Correct. No. It's just the last one that the Mega Brawl that what's his name put on up there.
Marshall.
Just the last one that he did. Marshall, yeah. The Mega Brawl.
I did brackets for that.
You did them for that one?
I had super matches there, yes. You're right. He was there.
Yeah.
What did was it pro or semi-pro or amateur? What did he place in?
I do believe it was pro.
He pulled pro. Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't pull amateur.
I do believe that I want to take a look at the brackets, but I think he beat Brian Vollmer in the brackets for that. Brian Vollmer's very good.
So let me look right now on Erie's because I submitted that. So if you just give me 30 seconds here, I can tell you who he beat and who he
lost. There you go.
It has to be that tournament. So I don't know.
So no, it was it was 2023 Filthy Animals Arm Wrestling. That's what shows up here. And then I'll tell you about the other one in a minute. So last year he actually went 2-0 in the 242. He lost to Michael Todd, and then he lost to Greg Stover from Michigan. That was left-handed. On the right arm, he lost to Greg Stover and Brian Vollmer. This was 2023. Now, 2024, you're right. He was at that tournament, but he did not pull pro because I submitted the results to Corey for pro, and he's not showing up on there. And I know that Marshall did the amateur on paper, and for whatever reason, he decided that he was not going to send the amateur results in the Aries, and it wasn't going to count. We're not going to discuss I don't know why, but that's telling me that Colin Palmer would have had a full amateur at that event. And just going off of what I know about Greg Stover, like Bryce, I think you would run right through him.
It sounds like I'm gonna.
I'm honest. So
yeah,
Bryce is licking his chops saying, "Let's put some money on this."
Yeah, but you know what? That's good because your left is Bryce. Your left is going to be fresh after this, so we can put $20 on a little match afterwards.
There you go.
If you're down,
I'll make you a deal. If you do both hands for 50, we'll do it.
My right is not going to pull you after I have a super match that day.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Because I won't be fresh, you know.
Yeah. We'll figure something out when we're there, I'm sure. But
whatever.
You could.
I don't know anything about him, and after I've seen his ranking in Ohio at 10, it actually kind of shocked me because it's like, really?
So I'm just going off of like results that I've seen and like what I know, and I honestly think you're a heavy favorite in that match.
I do too.
You know,
I'm gonna say 3-0 for Bryce. At best, 3-1 for, like at worst, I should say 3-1, but I think 3-0 for Bryce.
Yeah, 300 0 to Bryce any day.
Yeah.
Yeah, not knowing the other person. Well, actually, not knowing really either of them all that well. I would say Bryce for two reasons. Number one, I've just heard some good things. And number two, what reminds me of this, a couple of years ago, I was at a fraternity convention in sitting next to this undergraduate, and I said to him, "What's your sport? Football or wrestling?" And he said both. And it's not, Bryce is not exactly in that much bright light here, but just from what I can see in the picture, it's the neck that does it.
Yeah.
Look at that neck, and I'm thinking he either had to be a wrestler or he was a lineman, one or the other, maybe both. But
nothing. He didn't do nothing.
Bodybuilding power lift all I've ever done. But
well, it seems like Bryce is the heavy favorite in that match.
I'm trying to make sure I don't lose a single round on this one because I'm on a hot streak. As of now, I'm wanting to go 4-4 for the next 2 months, and so far I've won exactly what I'm wanting to win. He's up next, and after him,
well, I think Levi is going to be your hardest match.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Like I said, I'll be 230 something coming in. He'll be 265, 260 something probably. So,
what are your next matches, Bryce?
I have Levi Rutowski, the 22nd.
Billy, I pulled him in Tennessee last year, but he's a lot better now.
Okay. And then what else? I know who Levi is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud.
What are the other matches?
So I match with Tim Lewis's boy. What's his name, Tim?
Hunter Airy.
Hunter.
You already had that. That's already over.
Yeah, I mean, he dominated that.
It was a both hand, left and right match.
Right arm was like Hunter did a little bit in one match, but left it was kind of a landslide for Bryce.
The left arm was a top roll style for me, so that's of course, going to favor.
No one I didn't really expect, to be honest with you. Because you didn't do any of that when we had our match.
Yeah, but in too, so I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but on the left, of course, it was more of a landslide because it was a top roll style, and it being a hook. I'm a hooker on the right hand. Of course, it's gonna be more of a match. But I did win that one 3-1. The only one I lost was on a foul, right?
Yeah.
Double foul after reviewing.
That was the one that was even questionable because there was a challenge and then they overturned it.
I had to pull again pretty much. We finished the match 3-0 and then Tim and him challenged it and I had to pull again. They called it a foul, so it gave me a loss. Then we pulled again and I finished the match. But it was a good one. I enjoyed it. Yeah. He was definitely a challenge. He's huge. He's the biggest guy I've ever pulled in a match by far.
So, speaking of Hunter, have y'all already talked about Logan and Hunter's match?
We have not mentioned it yet. No.
Okay, so let's move on. Bryce is a heavy favorite against Colin Palmer, it sounds like, as far as everyone on the call. Let's check the chat here. Oh, Christian had to bail. Bummer. Christian said, connection problems, guys. Phone is at about 200 degrees. It was apparently overheating. What a bummer.
Is he working is it a factory or is it like a...
It looks like a hospital.
No, Christian does fabrication, metal fabrication.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Gage said Colin pulled Pro 242 and Supers at Buckeye Mega Brawl.
I don't understand why it's not showing up in the results.
Yeah, he said because I pulled all the classes in Pro, and I pulled him in all the heavy classes.
That's weird that it's not showing up online then.
Well, you said the name of the competition was different than Buckeye Brawl. You called it Filthy Animals or something like that.
Yeah, but that was 2023 Filthy Animals.
Okay.
That was at the beginning of 23.
So there's one more possibility is that there was a misspelling of the name, that it's in there twice. Let me check that, maybe. So Palmer. That's what it is. It's there's a COLIN and a COLLIN. There's a mistake. So yeah, Gage would be correct. So
If I look at left 242, now it's showing up Buckeye Brawl. So he lost a super match to Brian Vollmer, 3-1. Right-handed at that event. Then he went 2-0 of the tournament. He lost to Josh Rice, who is Jacob's opponent, and he lost to Rich Gap, who I'm sure we know who that is.
Okay, what I'm seeing on the Aries for the right 242 for Colin Palmer for the 2024 Ohio Buckeye Brawl. He won against Craig Stublier, Gage Black, Brian Vollmer, and Daryl Ingersoll.
Oh, you're looking at left or right?
Right.
He beat Craig.
Craig.
Yeah, that's just what it says.
So, okay. Craig left after his super match. So what you're looking at there is it's showing up as a loss, but it's really a forfeit. The match never happened.
I was about to say, oh shit, that's a different ball game.
Yeah, I just remember that because I did the brackets and remember that he left.
There you go.
But yeah, well, like that, you're right. Like that's what you kind of have to be careful with this sometimes because it doesn't account for things like that.
Gotcha. So Brian Vollmer, we know, is a decent puller, and Daryl Ingersoll is a very strong hook puller.
Very, very strong 242 from Michigan. Absolutely.
Yep. So hopefully it's a good match, but it seems like Bryce is the favorite as far as the show goes. Okay.
You guys want to talk about the Logan and Hunter match? Because I'm probably gonna have to get off after that one.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you got one, you go ahead. I'll stay around.
Logan's looking like a crazy man.
So I will let everybody know. About 2 months or a month and a half ago, me and Logan had like a little practice challenge match, and I beat him 3-1. Right. The last practice we went to, Logan was damn near stonewalling me in the center table. Yeah. It was
300 pounds?
Right
at 295, 300.
Jeez.
But you couldn't turn him inside when you wanted him, or he was like his hand and all that was too solid, or
his hand is the biggest hand I felt other than Sean Latimer's.
Dang.
His hand is a baseball glove. This kid's 22, and his freaking hand is a baseball glove. It's crazy.
Well, he lives on a farm, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a farm boy.
I mean, he looked ridiculous at Keystone. I mean, I know he pulled like semi-pro or whatever it was, but he was just dominating everyone there.
And then in the after pulls, he was pulling pros, and he was stonewalling pros.
Dang.
Yeah, like I told Logan, I said, Logan, this is the last semi-pro competition. This is beforehand. I said, this will be the last one you do as long as you win. And then he just murked everybody in his weight class.
Right.
That's awesome.
I mean, I would have liked to see how he did with how he would have done with like Ben DeWeese or Paul Cruz personally.
Yeah. Dude, Ben's hand is crazy.
Yeah.
Ben flashed me the last time we pulled.
Oh, his hand's ridiculous. Like, I can't get away from it.
He almost beat Brent Rakers that same competition.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
It was when he did that. Well,
let's just make sure everybody knows that Hunter, his opponent, backed out also, and we're just trying to scramble looking for a match. So Logan was nice enough to take the match also. So big shout out to Logan. Short notice again with that one. And
respect the Hunter for taking the match with someone that's heavier by a little bit. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I mean, Bo, we tried to get like 7-8 people, like, 220, 242. Like, they all declined or were wishy-washy. Like, literally, like, Hunter he's like who wants to pull? Like, does anybody want to arm wrestle? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't even care about weight at that point. Like, he just wanted someone that was going to take the match seriously.
Yeah. And I respect it. You know what I mean? Give respect where it's due.
Yep. But yeah, Logan's looking crazy good right now. So
I'd say he's a heavy favorite. It's going to be 3-0.
I mean,
like I'm pulling for
Honor win because he's my teammate.
Yep.
But I mean, if I was betting money on that, I mean, it would have to be on Logan.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, for sure.
If Hunter pulls out a win, I'll be very impressed.
Honestly. Just a left-hand match.
It's a right-hand match.
No, this is a right-handed match.
Okay. Because left-handed, I definitely feel Hunter may even have an edge, but right-hand, we'll see what happens. But like everyone's saying, I'm going to root for Hunter. Teammate.
Well, Hunter basically said he's like, no one's going to top roll me.
Yeah.
Logan might be able to top roll.
What do you think about that?
Logan might be able to top roll him. His side pressure and his hook is his big thing, but his hand
He's worried about his side pressure more than anything else.
Dude, his side pressure, in my opinion. So to put into perspective how strong his side pressure is, everybody knows I've got the press, right? I was in my press, shoulder behind my hand, and he just started going fucking crazy with the hits and ripped my hand out of my shoulder. And that was during that challenge match, and that's how he got the one pin on me.
Now, is Logan's left any good, or is he primarily only a right?
Debatably, his left is better than his right.
Really?
Dude, it's crazy. My left ain't worth nothing right now because it's still injured. But
yeah, what do you think about? I mean, we're getting off topic. What do you think about me and him pulling left at some point? You think that's got any potential?
Yeah, that would be an interesting match, honestly.
Okay.
That could honestly be a really good match.
We'll think about it at some point.
So the general consensus is teammates of Hunter root for the heavy favorite here.
What was that, Parker?
Basically, teammates of Hunter like me and Tim and Billy are going to be rooting for Hunter, but we're thinking Logan's favorite.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like.
All right.
And like,
you always want your teammate to win. You know what
I would have maybe thought a little bit differently, but like after I saw what I saw at the Keystone, like that really is kind of what solidified my agreement with this position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We got Joseph Blosser versus Martin Mullet.
Oh,
right.
Martin is okay. Like this match basically it's another fill-in match. So let's be clear about that too.
Yep.
Martin's original opponent had backed out, but Martin actually lost a match to Blosser in Morgantown in January.
Yeah.
Okay. And but like I want to tell you something. Like Martin is like not even remotely the same puller that he was back then. And I'm just going to say like it is what it is, but it's because he's been putting in all this time with East Ohio and our little group of the tri-state. He's been showing up to practice every week. He's been putting in the work. He's been studying hours of arm wrestling videos. Like he's all in on this.
So Tim, right now, is Martin more of a top roller or a hooker?
Hooker.
He is a hooker.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's going to be a really good match because I went up to Morgantown the other day and practiced with John Mauser and Eli Kerr, and Joseph just got off work late towards the end of the practice, but I got to pool with him a little bit. His hook's feeling pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie.
And yeah, but I think Martin's going to exploit another lane to where he doesn't set that.
Like, so Martin wants to get behind his shoulder into a hook, but he has the top roll option. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's got right hand some problems in practices. So,
Bo, I think that the Bloster's disadvantage, and I'm just going to be very honest here, and like I've kind of told him this myself, is that he's not doing what you're doing. He's not traveling to Zach. He's only settling for like whatever he can find locally there in Morgantown, and I just don't think it's enough. I'm very honest.
Yeah, I think it's because of his job, but like I said,
his job is definitely limiting him on the availability of traveling for practices and stuff.
Yeah. So like you were just saying, how
really
Joseph,
think it's that simple. Like, I think Eli is very strong, but I think there's too much of a strength gap there. Like, there isn't anybody that's like closer to his level for him to pull.
Hey, if you pull against a brick wall, you're going to turn into a brick wall, right?
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, once they get into certain lanes, like Eli, Eli's going to be able to beat him easy, but him and John can have good matches.
John, who now? Mouser?
Yeah, like John's still, in my opinion, John's still better than Joseph, but Joseph is still pretty solid. So what I was going to say was, like you were just saying how Joseph beat Martin the first competition. Joseph didn't know anything about arm wrestling at the time. He was basically just staying tight and going sideways. Now, the last practice that he just
really arguably didn't know much either, to be honest.
But I had already seen him at like one or two competitions prior.
I think 2 tournaments, but he never really went to practice or started training yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. But what I'm saying is Joseph came in there not knowing a lick of sense to nobody. And he was in a competition with like Sam Harris and Zach Lee, you know what I mean? And he got third, I'm pretty sure.
Well, wait a minute. Oh yeah, did Sam pull both classes?
No, you're right. It was Zach Lee, Joseph, and some other guy.
David Zaccanini was in that.
Perganis got third.
Who did?
Anthony Perganis, at least left hand. Right hand.
That was left.
Yeah, I think he got right.
Randy Duff, I believe, right hand, third place.
But yeah, like what did he got? Like fourth or fifth or something like that, right?
Yeah, and that class was pretty big. There was probably like 15 or so guys, maybe 20.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the teens for sure.
Yeah,
I think.
So I was teaching him stuff that last practice that I'm going to be going over before a super match, but I was giving him little cues and stuff to do to set his hook properly.
So you have like worked with him a little bit.
One practice, I'm at the Morgantown, but he was picking up on what I was giving him. You know what I mean?
It was like we were trying to like get something to happen, but like it just didn't work out logistically. And then obviously when I find out he's going to pull Martin, I'm going to be like, look, we got to put this on hold because like now you're pulling my boy. But you know, he understood that. So
yeah. But I'm going to get off, but I'm going to put my prediction in. I'm going to say Joseph 3-2.
Good luck with that.
Trust
me, I pulled Martin last Thursday. Bro.
Crazy.
Bro.
Listen, I don't think you're taking into
very good right now.
You're not taking into account the Amish strength.
Oh, dude, I know. I've seen those guys.
He just got done working on roofs all day. And he still felt like a freight train.
Yeah. Like,
I was like,
he'll literally work all day and then like he'll come right to practice and like he'll like me and him right-handed are like pretty close. Like we're very close.
Are you better? Are you on the upper end or is he on the upper end right-handed?
if we are super fresh round 1, I am on the upper edge by about a couple percent. Match 3, we're even. By 4, he's throwing me around.
Okay. In that case, Martin's still very strong. Like the last time I got to talk with him, he has a strong hand, strong wrist, just from working his whole life. You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna say Joseph 3-2. He might surprise the hell out of me and do 3-0, but I think it'll be a really good match. The only way, the thing that has really hurt Joseph, which what Tim was saying, is inexperience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the reason why I think he's at a disadvantage. That's
the kid's strong, dude. Stupid strong.
If Blossner was at Zach's every Sunday, Martin would be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But because of that inequity, that's why I think that maybe Blossner wins one match.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I think Blossner can maybe pick one up.
I might be wrong, but we'll see. I mean, that's just my...
He might be able to pick one up, yeah. But it's only going to be one.
I think Blossner is stronger than Martin inside in his game. But I think Martin will adjust and it won't happen again.
And you'll also Zach's also going to be in Joseph's corner too, giving him advice because Zach's coming down to coach all of us.
He needs somebody there because obviously like Martin's like our teammate. So he needs someone there to coach him, you know.
I'll be in Martin's corner. I'm sure half the Amish family will be in Martin's corner. So I'll have plenty of support.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be a good match. It seems like just in general, Martin has he's definitely more of a favorite in general in my opinion. But so hopefully we got a good match there.
Definitely. But fellas, I will see all of you guys Saturday. Be safe and good luck.
All right, bro. Later,
bro.
Good
luck. Thank you, bro.
Yep, definitely. Good seeing you guys.
Let's kind of cruise through these if we can, because we've already been on here. Shoot, like freaking.
Oh my God, almost 3 hours.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Jeff Wilkinson and Eric Myers.
No idea.
I'm not sure about
Eric. I don't know anything about Eric.
I don't know a lot about Eric Myers.
That's a little sticky, but it's been a long time since I've pulled him.
Yeah, that's who that's who Jeff picked, because Jeff had a lot of interest as far as opponents. A lot of guys calling him out for the match, and he chose Mr. Myers.
And is Myers from Cleveland, or where is he from?
I'm not sure. I think he's a PA. I'm looking at his Aries right now. We'll see what he is. Let's see here. Pro 0-2, 0-2, amateur right 154, 4-2. This was at 2023 East versus West Finals. He has losses against Damian Hill and wins against Jed Mills, James O'Connor, and David Nikabidze.
Close. Whatever.
He has a.
Are we talking Eric Myers here?
Eric Myers.
Yes. Eric Myers.
Do you know where he's from?
Eric Myers. It's from York County, Pennsylvania, just south of Harrisburg, and he practices with the Harrisburg people.
Okay.
I mean,
he broke his arm. He broke his arm at the East versus West Finals in Virginia. What was that? A year ago, a little over a year ago, and was out of it for a while. But
I'm assuming he's broken his right arm.
I don't remember. But he was very new there. I don't remember what arm it was. But the point is, he was out of practicing for a while. Quite lightweight, very strong. But he practices with Harrisburg.
Okay.
Cool. I'd say Jeff has the advantage in that one.
I definitely have to just go with that because he's obviously pulled more tournaments.
Yeah, a little bit.
here's where I'm starting to disagree, because Eric has a win on David Nikabadze, and personally, after seeing that kid in Rochester, I don't see Jeff Wilkinson doing anything with him. So I'm gonna have to go Eric on that.
David is very quick. He was at our small tournament on yesterday, and there were only two in his weight class. He and a guy named Chris Hobby from Team Punishment up in northeastern Pennsylvania, and David won so it was best of three, and David won a right arm, but he lost left arm. And he basically is a very quick hit. I mean, this it's kind of off topic, but if this explains Eric, David is a very quick hit, but Chris caught him above the pad and basically muscled him back. And but yeah, I mean, David's like all of 17, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
In fact, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny because he came up with Mike Gower to the tournament, and Mike signed him off as basically as his daddy, for the waiver slip. But he has to get something to sign for him.
That's funny. You can't beat experience, though. I mean, Jeff's been in the trenches in quite a few events.
I mean, he's pulled Gage Black. I mean, he's pulled about 3 or 4 super matches now.
Yeah, and he's done well in tournaments. He's given Johnny Hanoski trouble at the last November event.
Yeah.
He caught John in a hook and was able to stop him. I mean, granted, he lost that match, but man, that was the greatest loss that Jeff has ever had.
Yeah.
And that was a real good loss for him, because not many people can stop Johnny. So, all right. So let's move on. We got Mr. Adam Gerbert versus Mr. Dave Shell.
Oh God, we're saving the worst for last. Or
148 years on the table. Is that right, Dave? 148?
Yeah, he will be 75 a couple weeks after the event, and I was 73 in April.
There you go. We're definitely pleased to have you guys involved in the event, to show our respect for our elders, Like I said before, I'll continue to have you part of any of my events as long as you're willing to be a part of them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, in fact, Billy, just as a laugh for some of you listening, Billy had asked me about coming to the event in November, and on November 2nd, and I'd be glad to be there, except I was already committed because the AWU people are trying to stir up trouble by having a super match between the two people with the worst Aries records, me and Damon Ransom, but whatever. But no, if I could just say the way I'm looking at this, I pulled Adam both arms and lost to him at 3 years ago at the small IFA Worlds. There were 4 of us in the 70 plus. He certainly has, the way I see it, he's a far stronger wrist than grip than I do. He has some, muscle, bicep, limitations as I understand it. But he's certainly, and of course he's been pulling, 4 times as long as I have. I'll be actually be 7 years, 2 days after this event for my first, but I had to take off 6 months for bad behavior when I broke my arm. But that was the other arm, the left arm. I think what the difference from when I pulled him last, not only a little bit, more than I did then, but what has really helped me, you can ask the various people who pulled me recently, is I have 2 knee replacements, and I am just I'm able to drop for the first time, which is a hell of a thing. I mean, I was really you really say don't pull just with your arm stiff leg, but I really was, and at one time my left was better. It's now my right is much better, but much stronger, because in part my left shoulder is horrible and I just can't lift the weights or do stuff with my left. So I'm very glad this is right. in fact, I'd be perfectly happy to say, hey, Adam, you want to go in the straps there? Which he probably won't. He was talking to me, he'd want to do something where, I don't really understand, but he was talking about instead of the regular grip, just, linking your fingers somehow. And I really didn't understand what exactly, but it was to avoid slipping. And I thought, it sounded for everybody I talked to, said it sounded like even despite that is irregular, it sounded like a perfect recipe for broken fingers.
Broken finger.
Whatever. But I personally, I'm glad you have the default being the dog fights, or whatever rules, because I'd rather do that. I learned how to, remove my elbow from the pad by Dave Morocco. I kind of kid there, but I tend to bounce a bit.
There you go. Well, it seems like Mr. Adam Gerber's going to be the favorite in that, just because of the last wins that he has on you. But really, yeah. I'm pulling for you, Dave. I really want you to do well. I really do.
I would tend to agree. But no, it's like I say, I've been in, probably 10 super matches at one time or another. Excuse me, challenge matches. I don't want to piss off the people that don't want to call them super matches, but I don't think I've ever actually challenged anybody. But I'm certainly very happy pulling anybody. But
so we appreciate you being there.
Looking forward to it. But
for once you're not the one driving the farthest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's coming up from Georgia. Yeah,
Georgia.
We all have what we give to the sport, and mine, I freely admit, is definitely not crushing my enemies and drinking blood from their skulls. But whatever. But it should be interesting.
There you go. Cool. All right, so let's move on. Mr. Tim Lewis versus James Metheny. Right hand. I think Tim's gonna smoke him. Right hand. Come on, Tim. Let's go.
Yep. Go Tim on that one.
Tim, can you hear us? No. Tim. I want to know how Tim versus Croxel is in the hook right arm.
I see that. Yeah, me too.
I'd like to know that because I know that Croxel beat Metheny at Michigan State last year.
Mm-hmm. But did he top roll him or did he hook him?
No, Croxel doesn't top roll.
Croxel don't top roll.
Ever? Okay.
He's worked with it with match, but he's not going to do it in competition.
I got you.
Yeah. So if Tim can at least stop Croxel in the hook, then good luck, James, because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I can't remember.
So you just don't think he has the experience to be able to keep me from going inside?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Hopefully it's a good match, though. Like we say for all of them, we want to see good matches, but, realistically, experience wins most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matt, have you pulled with James?
Yeah, he's got a nasty hit.
Okay, yeah. And Tim's coming off of this.
Tim can
this
stop the hit, it would be Tim. But if he can't, it's going to be a long night for Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Tim's just coming off of this injury on his right, so he's just now putting his arm back on the table in the last few months. So, man, Tim might end up having to get a couple false starts here. But that's okay. That's all right.
No, it's wise old Indian once advised me for not getting any warnings for false starts. You're not trying hard enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Exactly. Okay, I think we only got a couple more to go. Did we talk about your guys' match, Matt and Parker? We already talked about
very
that?
briefly, but there was no predictions.
All right, so this is a left-hand match. We're going with Parker Wise and Matt Speakman, gentlemen, here on the call. Matt, like I said earlier, man, thank you so much for stepping up to the plate, man. Not a lot of guys, actually, to be honest with you, was willing to take a match with Parker because they know how good he is. Exactly. That's right,
I just
baby.
love getting my arm on that table.
Heck yeah. That's what we love about you, man. We appreciate everything that you are, on the table and off the table, I know you're a stand-up guy, and, we appreciate you stepping up to the plate, on short notice, against a tough opponent in Parker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of anyone really interested? Because from when I was talking to you, everyone was saying no.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of people that was either available or didn't want to actually take the match.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, taking the match, short notice, everything, So as far as the match goes, man, I tell you what, just going off of what I felt last time you and I pulled, Matt, which was it Michigan State, or was it the one that we had the super match at? Which one was before or after?
Michigan was after.
No, it was after?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna, dude, I wish you the best, but Parker, he's really good right now. His left is feeling very good. Like, I can't really do much with his left, and I know you and me left was pretty close. So I would definitely give the favorite to Parker, but I haven't pulled you in like a year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So I don't know how,
And I mean, Matt, what did
strong you
we
are.
like? Did we like pull a little bit in Columbus? That one, I mean, I know it was just like a practice.
Yeah, we pulled it. We pulled it.
Did I pull with you a little bit?
Yeah, victories.
Yeah.
Is that when I got smoked by Michael?
Yeah.
I think that was that one. That was what, like last September, wasn't it?
I think that was the one where David Lee was. He was very tired, and Dave Shell was pinning him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's why, I like matches that are, best of 7 or best of 9 or whatever.
Best of 100, baby.
Yeah.
I can say since me and you pulled, Billy, I'm about 20% stronger and better.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, it would be a better match for sure. If it was the same you as I pulled, Parker would smoke you. But I was hoping that you was definitely coming in stronger than that point. And I was expecting it, because a year ago, that's a long time. Somebody can level up in 3 months.
Hard for Michigan. I ended up beating Bill Ballinger.
That is a good win for sure.
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
And that was just the one that you went to, correct? This last Michigan State. Heck yeah.
I mean, me and Bill used to have battles, years ago. I mean, gosh, we were making 76 then, but that is a legit win for sure.
Yeah, I was only weighing 184 too. 198 master.
Oh, you pulled
I don't think Bill weighs 98 anymore. I just don't think he wants to bother cutting. Bill probably weighs like 185 or 190.
Did they not put Michigan State into the Aries system?
Yeah, because Karen did it on paper. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they put the results up of the top 3, but they didn't have anything more than that.
No, the thing is last year's Michigan State was put in.
Trying to import 490 entries into the computer, and I bet she never even took pictures of it and sent it to Corey.
Yeah, they did it for 23 because all my stuff is in there for Michigan State.
It's not there.
It might,
it's not there.
Like you said, for 490, it might take a while to get it in.
Last they sent it, and it just hasn't been inputted.
Yeah, because Corey's very good on if you send it in electronically, the actual thing itself, not paper, he has it within hours.
Yes.
But yeah, they
But
were.
if you have to manually input a big event like
Right.
that, that's going to probably take a couple hours. You know, maybe longer. I have no idea. You know.
So you avenged your loss against Bill Ballinger, then, huh? Because he got you what is it, February?
Yeah,
he beat you at the Buckeye Brawl, and then you come back on him, Michigan State, baby.
Yeah, he got me into the strap, which I've worked on a lot since then.
Good.
Yeah, that and my hook.
Well, let's hope we got a good match, man. That sounds.
Hey, how do you do against Martin, Parker?
Left-handed, I'd smoke him. Right-handed,
yeah, like his left is definitely dominant to Martin for sure. Like,
when's the last time you pulled Martin left hand, Matt?
I think it was at Dawg fights, just messing around. Yeah, he couldn't really do anything.
Okay, didn't he beat you down in Cincy?
Yeah. That's why I ended up pulling him at Dawg fights, just to show him how exhausted I was at that tournament.
There you go. Well, let's hope you guys are close enough, strength wise to make this a good match.
Yeah, I want it to be an all out war.
Yeah, because you about broke my wrist at the Badger battles. I was like, oh boy. I heard that thing, it went pop, 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 pop. I was like, oh no.
Badger battles implying Wisconsin?
No, Badger battles was the initial East Ohio Arm Wrestling Dog Fights version. So whenever we started having these glorified matches at practices, ours was called Badger Battles, and Kevin started his as Dog Fights. And Kevin has just continued on his because his practices have been on Saturdays, so it's a whole lot easier getting the matches at your practices. So our Badger battles, we're always just Thursday evenings. So you can never really find people to show up for those.
No, although I did like when they used to have their practices at 3:00 Sunday afternoons, because if I was out there for a Saturday event, I could go to Erie in the morning and they're practicing and beat feet to Cleveland and hit theirs at 3:00 and make it worth the trip.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll sit here and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to win 3-0. But usually if I know it's going to be a good match, I automatically assume loss for some reason in my head. And maybe it helps me. I'm not sure. But I'm just hoping it's going to be a good match. I'll say the last tournament Billy had, I saw Shane Smith was in my class, and I immediately was like, well, okay, I'm getting second at best. And then somehow I pulled that win. So I don't know how it's going to go. I just hope it's a good match, man.
Heck yeah. Did you guys agree on a weight?
What do you want to do, Matt?
I'm weighing like 184 right now.
You just want to do one? You'll have a couple pounds on me, but you just want to do 185 weight cap?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because I walk around at like 180, 182. So I'll try to I'll try to eat a whole bunch beforehand.
There you go. There you go. If you guys want that theoretically to count as the 76 rankings, you just got to make sure that you guys agree that it's on the line or not.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys.
Do you want that for the rankings?
Not for the rankings. Not on such short notice, but we could do it in the future for rankings when I actually train for it.
Well, shoot, then you after Saturday. And
what's that?
Really even know about me, but all I'm saying is don't get in my lane. I don't know if you know what my lane is, but don't get in it.
There you go. Well, let's see a good match. So we only got 2 matches left to go over. Kurt Hood and Matt Pritchard. I don't know much about Matt. As far as I'm aware, he's been on and off of the table for quite a few years. But Kurt, last time I talked to him, he had some matches with Matt in the past. So it seems like it's going to be a good match, but there's not very much information on.
Kurt's long forearm is hard to deal with.
Oh, it's freaking an elephant trunk.
A long arm, dude.
He's the long arm of the table instead of the law. I'm gonna look up Matt Pritchard on Aries real quick. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, I have no idea at all with this one.
Wrong. Matthew Pritchard. Let's see, 242 plus 2015 Erie WAL qualifier.
Wow.
He won against Kurt Hood and won against Bill Runkle, lost against Dave Chafee. Left.
No shame
At
losing
that same
against
event,
Dave
he
Chafee.
won against Kurt Hood, won against Sean Parsons, lost against Bill Runkle and Hank Meadows. That's all that is on here. That's the only thing that he has on here. Well, hopefully Kurt exploits his inability to be on the table for much time.
Yeah.
I know Matt has experience. He's got the experience, but, being on the table, multiple times a month is a whole lot better than multiple times a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's go, Kurt. Come on. Bring the victory home. Kurt surprised everybody against the gentleman that he faced at the Pottery Festival last summer. You remember that? Shay was the guy's name. I can't remember his last name, but Shay was huge. And Kurt was down 0-2 and come back to win it 3-2. It was a great performance. Great performance. So I think the last match we got to talk about is no, we got 2. We got Christian Ashby and Chris Thomas to talk about, and then we got Alex Bergantis and Vince Tucker. Oh, and Croxel and Tucker. So
Hey, guys,
Ashby and Chris Thomas, that's gonna be a tough one to start. I'm hoping that they want dog fights so that way I don't have to ref it.
Hey, I'm gonna get off here, but see you Saturday, Parker.
Yes, sir, Matt.
Get easy.
Later, Matt. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
So
I'll help speed these along because I know nothing about any
yeah,
of
there you go. Christian Ashby and Chris Thomas, they had a somewhat of a battle.
That could be a good match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice one because they both got real thick hands and they're probably evenly matched as far as
they both hit hard.
Yeah. Do you remember their match at the Kiwanis 2 event that we just had in April?
Yeah.
It was Chris and Christian. Man, their setup was so fierce that they both got their hands blowed up. It was like a 2-minute setup.
Wow.
It was crazy. And it was false start here, false start there, fighting for grip. Oh, it was nuts.
Wow.
I was happy that I wasn't reffing that. Justice was the one that was reffing that one.
The thing I'll say is I pulled Chris Thomas in Morgantown when I was only I had a month of working with you guys at East Ohio, and I stopped him for quite a while. I feel like at that point I wouldn't have been able to touch Christian, and Christian is willing to put his arm on the line in practice pools. Therefore, I'm going to have to give this to Christian. And at the Kiwanis event, Christian beat Chris the same way Chris beat, almost mirrored. So I'm going to have to say Christian Ashby one for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one. I never count out my guy Christian.
No.
Like you said, Christian is willing to put his arm on the line at any point. If it means to get the dub, he's going to do it.
Yep.
I don't know if Chris is willing to do that or not.
I just think Christian's hand and post is stronger than Chris Thomas's, personally.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I pulled both, and, I mean, honestly, I kind of stunk when I pulled Chris Thomas down Morgantown, so I have an okay idea of how I think that's going to go.
Right. Tim, you still there? You got anything on that one?
I'm there. Yeah, what's that?
Chris Thomas and Christian Ashby.
I think Ashby has the slight edge there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
we're going to give Christian a 60-40.
Yeah.
On that one, most likely.
I'm saying 3-0 Ashby.
And then we got our last two matches. We got Croxall versus Tucker, and then Pergantis versus Tucker. Vince Tucker's the looks like the only one that we have that has multiple matches. Before we had a couple guys that had multiple matches. Now it's just Vince. So he's doing double duty. I went ahead and asked him prior to this. I do believe he wanted to do his left-hand match first, and then like a nice big gap in between so that we can rest up. But yeah, so Croxall versus Tucker. I'm not sure how Vince's right is right now. So, I can't really, there's no gauge. I know Croxall is freaking insane inside. So
I'm going to say Croxall with the assumption that he can keep his damn elbow on the pad.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there were like 2 losses at the Kiwanis event that shouldn't have been losses for him.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So keep your elbow on the pad.
I haven't seen Vince on the table much. I know he's been practicing up at the Toledo crew, but I just haven't seen him competing. So, Croxall has the advantage there, but that means that Vince is pretty well rested also. So I don't know, we'll see. And then Pergantis versus Tucker, left hand. It's the same thing, We know where Anthony's left hand is it's very good, very quick, but we just don't know where Vince's level
lack
is.
Information on Vince, exactly.
Yeah, lack of information. Hang on, let me look at his area, see if there's any info.
I don't know, honestly, anything about Vince, but I mean, Martin beat Anthony at the Kiwanis event, and Martin's one, I feel like, was a heavy disc favorite in that, but also Martin's not a left-handed puller like at all.
No,
right.
So, I don't know. I don't know anything about Vince, so I can't really make a call. But however, Anthony.
Okay. Shoot, the last time I've actually pulled Vince Tucker, it was in the 2023 Filthy Animals. Whenever Michael Todd was up there, that's right. That was my first. I think my first 176. I remember that. I got a win on him there. Let's see. No, I didn't pull left there. He did pull left at that one. He won against David Weaver, Tom Jones, Eric Crespo, and Russell Madick.
David
left
Weaver,
hand, 176. Let's see, 198. David Weaver's very strong. Okay, so we got some 2024 right hand 198 open. Vince won against Gage Black and Zach Perkins and lost against Jason Skok, S-K-O-K.
And left hand?
Left hand. 198. 2024 Buckeye Brawl. He won against Mike Williamson and Anatol Barsukov and lost against Richard Calero and Bill Ballinger.
Okay, here's my take. I don't see a world where, even with the weight gap, I don't see Anthony beating Anatol. Therefore, I'm going to have to go with Vince.
Yeah.
No.
Vince is going to win that match left-handed if that holds up for sure.
I mean,
right hand. Yeah, I don't. What's Jason Scott? What winner? Let me look at his 198, 4 and 5 Buckeye Brawl. They must have went back and forth because this says that Jason won against Vince, Chad Conrad, and Jason Bradshaw, but he lost against Joel Hudick, Rich Calero. I don't know. Croxel might have his hands full. I remember Jason Bradshaw is actually pretty good. He beat Croxel in November. So let's see. Hopefully we can get Croxel to keep his head out of his butt.
Yeah.
Keep him in a good position,
His hip. Get the hip train.
Got to keep that hip up there and get behind his arm. If he stays there, dude, there's nobody at practice that can pull him out of that position.
No.
No. So
hey, I got to get off, get showered. I got to wake up 5:30 in the morning. So
yeah, me too.
Yep.
All right, guys, that was the last one anyway. So appreciate it, you guys being on the podcast.
Yeah.
If there's anybody still watching, shoot, man, more power to you. Oh my goodness.
We'll see you guys.
Peace out.
All right, later, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's. I'm gonna talk to the chat here. Let's see here. We still got 9 people watching. James said Croxel won because I didn't know how to finish at the time. Josh Rice, I do believe, is Evil's Smile GGP. I think that's him. Said he's late to the party. So James is saying inexperience versus Croxel is the only reason why I lost to him. Josh is a great guy, pulling him very good. Would be an interesting rematch. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Man, rooting for my guys, though.
Okay.
Always rooting for my guys.
Yep. Should be very interesting and looking forward to it. And, just hope I do well enough that
I'm pulling for you, brother. I'm pulling for you. I want to see you finally get a win here. Come on.
Yeah, well, like I say, it is a major, really a major difference that, once again, I know what my weakness is, basically is the hand, and I really should do something about that. But now it really, the power I can apply is far better than it was 2 months ago, because I was, you wouldn't think that, knee replacement would make that much of a difference for arm wrestling, but I've had both of them, and it really, really is. So, all right. Well, see you in a week then.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you.
All right. Good night.
So that's going to finish up Dog Fights 7 lead up podcast. If anybody has anything else, go ahead and pop it in the chat right now. We still got 9 people watching. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate you guys listening for so long. Yeah, he's been working a little bit on his knees. Dave has. I'm assuming that message is for Dave there, Collier's. But yeah, so hope to see everybody at Dog Fights, man. It's gonna be a great event. A lot of great matches. Hopefully we see a lot of 3-2s, even though some matches go 3-0, really doesn't tell the the real story of the match. We all know that, you know, a match can go 3-0, but is, you know, it's only a 1 or 2% difference in power can make a big difference. So we all know that that's possible. So hopefully we get some good matches, and hopefully everybody has a great time. Once again, we want to give a shout out to Kevin Palco for allowing us to collaborate with his Dawg Fights brand, and you know, the East Ohio Arm Wrestling. We appreciate everything that is going into this event, and everybody helping out with it and everything. Once again, we want to thank Grip Arm Sport for all their support. They helped us out with this event too for some prize money for the pullers. So, you know, every puller that wins their match is going to go home with at least a little bit of cash. You know, there's some matches that have a little bit more significant money on them from specific, you know, sponsorships and donations towards those specific matches. But every match is going to get some cash. So it's going to be a good time. And hopefully we can get through them and then maybe have a little cash tournament. That would be a whole lot of fun. But I appreciate you guys watching. Everything that you guys support us. East Ohio Arm Wrestling, appreciate everything. You guys, you know, keep supporting the brand and helping us out, coming to the tournaments, coming to the events. Definitely, if you guys want, go ahead and like and subscribe and all that bull crap. You know, you don't have to, but we appreciate it. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. God bless.